Prattville Outdoors. Also brought to you by Airport Trailers, U.S. Farm Raised Catfish, Aero Pest Control, Sport Clips, Central Alabama Community College, the Prattville YMCA, Clanton Tractor, Prattville Pickers, D&J Auto Plus, Dave's Market Valley Grand, Jones Drugs, and now to the Larry Puckett broadcast booth with Stacy Mills, Donnie Burnett, Chip Powell, and the play-by-play voice of the Prattville Lions, Will Barrett.
Good evening, Lion Nation, and welcome into Thursday Night Lights on the banks of the Alabama River. We're coming to you live from Crampton Bowl, high top Crampton Bowl tonight for the Lions home, for the Lions on the road in a place that they've called home many times, Stanley Jensen South, Stanley Jensen West, whatever you call it. The Lions have owned Crampton Bowl and looking to continue their winning ways tonight against the Lee Generals. I'm Will Barrett, joined as always by the best color commentator to ever don a Prattville power paw. I'm talking about Coach Donnie Burnett. Donnie, good to have you with us.
Man, it's great to be here on a Thursday night, Will. I missed our last Thursday night game, and we won't even talk about what happened there.
We don't even need to bring that up.
No, we won't.
It was a
and this Thursday night's going to be different.
Distant memory for tonight. A perfect night for high school football.
Yes,
you
it
could
is.
not you could not dial it up any better. Maybe a little less humidity, but up here in the top level of the press box at Crampton Bowl, about 300 yards above the playing field. Good thing the Lions are wearing their reflective numbers tonight.
Really, it looks like they have LED numbers on their jerseys. They are glowing with these lights.
And, of course, the Lee Generals coming in tonight, they're getting better, but still have yet to get on the winning edge in the region. So this is a game that Prattville needs to put away because everybody knows what's coming in the next 2 weeks. You got number 1 and number 2. One at home, 2 on the road in the next 2 weeks. You got to put this game away tonight.
Yeah, you need to. If we're going to jump right on into our keys to victory, we got to put this game away early and get nobody hurt.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, and the only thing I can say to that is just keep this Crampton Bowl mojo going.
Yep.
You know, we used to come to the bowl 2 or 3 times a season when Carver, Jeff Davis, Lee, Lanier were all in the region with us, and now it's just Lee and Jeff Davis. But I tell you, this is still a beautiful facility for high school football and college football.
It really is, and I mean, you got plenty of room. If you don't want to sit next to somebody, you could take your pick.
Particularly on the general side, we took a head count right before kickoff, and I think we counted a little under 60.
52, I think, was the number that you said.
The Lions faithful, of course, tripling and quadrupling that over there, upwards of perhaps 200. But I tell you, Thursday night football in October is a hard sell.
It's a hard sell when you got the Todd County Fair going on, you got the Alabama Fair, National Fair going on, and kids got to go to school tomorrow. So a lot of your younger kids that you're going to get on Friday night, and parents are like, it's a school night.
And not only that, but you got us coming to you live and in high definition audio on 100.1 FM, and I mean,
yeah. Well,
what else can you say about that?
Yeah, I know half the people sitting over there in the stands are listening to us right now while they're watching the ball game. So we'll just tell them, if you're listening right now, just wave. I'll see.
Yeah, see some hands going up.
There they go.
Man, that's cool. Look at that.
So
good. It's a good night. Perfect night for high school football. Plenty of rooms here in the bowl. Come on in. Watch this team. This Prattville Lions team continues to improve. They kept moving forward last week. Not their best performance last week against Jeff Davis. But instead of buckling under what was a poor performance for them,
right,
they pulled it together at the end, pulled away like a winning program's supposed to do, and looked more like the Prattville that we all know and love.
Right. Hats off to Jeff Davis. They had, I believe, the best athlete that I've seen this year.
Yes.
In Donald Harris.
Yes, they did. And
I'm just hoping that at some point tonight he's not going to run over here and run through the stadium just to show everybody how fast he is.
He's still going.
So,
well, the colors are about to be presented on the field, and we're going to step aside and take a little break while they do that. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, the final countdown before we kick off tonight in the Crampton Bowl. It's Prattville and the longtime rival, the Lee Generals. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
For well over 50 years, the river region has depended on Arrow Pest Control, which has grown to be one of the largest and most respected pest control science leaders in the area. Pest control is a science that eliminates pests that invade and potentially damage your property. They use only the top-rated pest control products, including the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. Arrow Pest Control was built on customer service and satisfaction, and that's still #1 today. Call us 334-365-4610 and find out about mosquito control. Arrow, your best shot for pest control.
Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish. Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish.
We've been selling U.S. farm-raised catfish since 1978.
They do have a choice for a good, wholesome, safe fish. We know it's a good product.
Ask for U.S. farm-raised catfish, only the finest, freshest, tastiest. You can taste the difference.
From our farm to your table, your family deserves the best. U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I'm the neighbor with the orange tractor. I mow, I grow, and care for this place I call home. I'm always on the move, getting work done, because I want to be the best version of me. Right now, get a Kubota L-Series tractor and take advantage of low-rate, long-term financing. This is why I do it. Kubota.
See the Bates family, Jared, Barbara, or Mickey at Clanton Tractor.
Don't throw away your money, especially on replacement auto parts. In most cases, aftermarket parts are just as good and a heck of a lot cheaper than factory parts. D&J Auto Parts in Prattville is all hooked up with Auto Plus, a nationwide leader in the automotive aftermarket. Don't you dare go to another parts store before checking the great prices at D&J Auto Plus, 175 Highway 82 Bypass in Prattville.
Welcome back to Crampton Bowl as we are counting down the final minutes. 7 minutes to be exact before the kickoff of the Lee Generals hosting our Prattville Lions. And Donnie, we talked about the keys to victory tonight. We talked about needing to go ahead and put this game away. You know that a team like that, a Montgomery school like this, is going to have their share of athletes. No matter what the record states, they're going to have their athletes, and they're going to try to do some stuff we haven't seen before. We got to make the adjustments early, get off the field on third down, and put points on the board early and see if we can get some reserves in the second half. Now, we wanted that against Jeff Davis. It didn't happen because they did something we weren't ready for. They put Donald Harris at quarterback and just let him go.
They put the best athlete in Otago County, or like you said the other night, in the Tri-County area, and put the ball in his hand every play.
Yeah, and of course, don't know if Lee has not shown the propensity to put out a Donald Harris type athlete yet, but I mean these games are played for reasons, and Prattville's got to come with their A game tonight, or anything can happen in Crampton Bowl.
You're right, and we've had some crazy triple overtime games here. We've had some blowouts here, and we've had some nail biters. So, it's going to happen. But to win this ball game, we number one, we got to win the battle up front. Our defensive line, I believe, can play with anybody.
Yeah.
And so you kind of feel like we're going to have the edge there. Our offensive line gets better and better every week. Not knowing what Lee is going to do defensively, we'll just have to see. And two of the biggest things I think we got to do is eliminate the penalties that we had last week.
Yes, that was a big. What kept Jeff Davis in the game last week was 105 yards of personal fouls.
And personal foul penalties. You give Auburn or Central 105 yards in personal foul penalties, you're not going to win that game.
You hang it up.
You stop them, and you got to get off the field on third down. You got to make them kick that ball.
You're exactly right. We are at Crampton Bowl tonight, and it is a skeleton crew of the broadcast team. Of course, Chip Powell not with us again tonight, taking care of some family situations tonight. But we got a 4-man crew tonight. We got the Mills are back in mission control here right behind us. We got his Robin, Will Reeder, with us tonight. The Batman and Robin duo back there. What Mills calls him the AV Wonder Boy. But what a great addition Reeder has been to the program. It's because Miller's blood pressure has gone down by. Not just by double digits. I mean, almost triple digits.
I mean, he's like
taking a nap back there.
He's calm. When I got to the studio today, and banged on the door, and he gets up, his hair's all crazy, and I'm like, "Have you been sleeping?" He goes, "Oh yeah."
He's been on the inflatable on the inflatable couch in the that's back there in the Podcastatron 5000.
In the past, Milzer would never sleep on Friday because he'd be in a panic of getting everything together. He had everything packed and ready to go, and he was back there taking a nap.
He, what used to take the entire back of a large Tahoe or Suburban to fit in. He's got it down, can fit into the trunk of a Honda.
Mm-hmm. And we sound better and look better than we've ever looked.
This is the best we've ever looked on radio. I'll agree with that.
It really is.
I'll agree with that 100%.
Somebody told me the other day, "Man, y'all really look good on radio."
I like to think I look good on radio. I'm about 190 pounds on radio.
I'm not. But I can see the captains across the way. Can you?
I cannot say. I can see that there's 4 of them.
How about number 89? I believe that is.
These are going to be seniors tonight. That's Turner
Walker. Number 25.
Number 25 on your roster is, well, Jeremy Carter.
And 62.
62 is good old Sam Scribner.
Oh, Sam. And everybody's favorite, the guy with the big hair. Number 21.
Number 21, Whit Rawlinson.
Whit Rawlinson. And here comes Lee's captains, I believe. That'll be the 2 guys that are running over here.
Trying to hustle out there to get there.
And we'll get a number 2.
Number 2 is Daryl Dees.
And I want to say number 31.
And number 31 is Jawante Hooks.
All right. That takes care of the captains. Let's talk about the playing service here at Crampton Bowl. We walked down there.
Yeah, we did go down there, and it's an artificial surface like most of the fields you play on this year are, but it's a little bit worn.
It's been beat down.
Yeah.
Either that or it's a hard surface.
It is. It's a thin cut surface, and you can tell there's been a lot of football played on this turf in the last few years, and it's starting to show its age. Probably not too long from being replaced, but a fine service for football.
Yeah, it is, and the whole setup, man, with the multiplex behind it over there, and it's just nice.
And when you're down there, you feel like you're literally like in a fishbowl because you look up and there's no. I mean, it's Crampton Bowl quite literally now.
They call it the bowl.
The bowl. You are down in a hole playing football tonight.
So, can't really tell on the coin toss.
And it's going to be an interesting night from up here in the booth too, because there are bugs flying all around these lights, and they're being swarmed by flocks of small birds.
Odds of a bird coming in here on us.
The odds of a bird strike tonight are about 50%. I'm gonna give it.
So,
I mean, I feel like Sully Sullenberger up here.
Well, while we were swatting birds away, Lee, I believe, has won the toss and elected to receive the football.
Well,
so,
and look at this, Donnie. Prattville's recyclable banner, and Lee has an actual run-through banner tonight that they've made themselves.
That says, "Welcome to our home. Welcome to our home. You'll be sorry for homecoming 2K22." So it is homecoming tonight for the Lee Generals.
Well, that's the reason why you want to get something done right now.
That's it.
While they're coming on the field, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Prattville Lions Football Network.
WDXX Selma Prattville, home of Larry Puckett Chevrolet. Prattville and Puckett, a winning combination.
The Generals come out on the field and they're all reds. The safety red, the typical General red, the crayon red, if you will, pants and tops. The Lions in their all whites tonight, which most of them will tell you is their favorite combination, the all whites.
Yep, they love the all whites. Now they did make mention that last week the gray pants and the cardinal tops. A lot of them like that. They like that.
It was a sharp look.
It looked good.
Lions football is powered by Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the LP stands for low prices. Prattville and Puckett is a winning combination. And here in the Larry Puckett broadcast booth, we're all about those Chevys. You can go into the showroom at Larry Puckett and check out the all-new Chevy Corvette, and it is sweet. $85,000 will get you into a fully dressed out Corvette, and it looks every bit like a Ferrari or a Lambo. It competes with that level of vehicle. So, and then you go to the Larry Puckett Express car lot, the used car lot over there. Premium used cars at the best price you're going to get in the River region. Larry Puckett, that LP stands for low prices, and they mean it.
They got one deep, number 12.
Montgomery set to kick off for the Lions, moving from our right to our left. Jalen Jackson deep to receive for the Generals, and Walker's kick is up and away, and there will be no return as this sails 3 yards deep into the end zone. Well, you got to love it when your kicker can drive it back there anytime he wants to.
Yeah, there's a big gap in the middle, and all those pooch kicks and everything we did last week, I was expecting maybe we would give it a shot there, but let's go ahead and kick it deep.
All right, Lions out on defense first. Looks like James Sanders will check that. Bryson McGrew, number 8, will anchor the Generals at the signal caller position tonight. McGrew, just a sophomore, 6'1", 173 pounds. Let's see what he's got stored up for our Lions tonight. Now operate 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. First drive of the game, and is a give to the right side. It's snuffed out and taken down with authority by Carmelo Jones and company at the 20-yard line.
Carmelo and Luke Gordon right off the bat.
Luke Gordon taking every advantage of his newly found starting role.
Yep, Coach Wallace made mention of that last week, or last night. And the guy's he got his chance, and he is averaging 13 tackles a game.
2nd and 10 for the Generals for their own 20-yard line. Game just underway. McGrew from the shotgun wants to pass under some pressure. He's being grabbed by Kotry, steps away from it, tries to throw, and then throws it out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Kotry and Payne and Fitz had him wrapped up back there. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, they zone rushed him, I guess would be a good call there.
Yeah.
So
3rd and 10 now for the Generals from just inside their own 20-yard line. 11-17 to go in the opening quarter. Just underway here on a beautiful night, Crampton Bowl, Thursday night lights. Lions trying to pick up another region win against the Lee Generals tonight. A rivalry that goes all the way back to the 60s.
And this is where we got to be careful, Will. This is where we've made our mistakes in the past.
The Generals bunch up 3 to the far side, 1 alone to the near. McGrew goes to that far side, Texas Sanders on the direct carry, and he is taken down hard at the 21-yard line. Sam Payne, Sanders on the direct snap, tried to catch us sleeping, but Sam Payne was having none of it.
Yeah, they had a heavy set basically with the extra 2 additional blockers over there to that left side. Prattville sniffed it out pretty easily. It was a good start defensively.
Punting situation, number 12 for the Generals, Jalen Jackson, who also returns kicks. I guess he's going to be the kicker as well. He's set to punt at his own 9-yard line. Cam Shanks hanging out around midfield, right at the 50. Ready to receive this punt. Wait for the snap. Slow snap. Gets away a end-over-end punt that takes a bounce at the Prattville 40 and goes all the way down to the 25, 24. Going to go dead at the 21-yard line. Long punt right there, but a good sign for Cam Shanks tonight.
How about 57-yard punt?
57-yard punt, and it never got 6 yards off the ground.
No, it never did.
Those line drive punts is exactly what makes Cam Shanks mouth water. He gets a hands on that, and it's going to be curtains. But he let that one go, and Lions take over at their own 21-yard line to begin their opening possession. Cam Richardson and company back out on the field in the all-whites tonight. 2 receivers to either side. Parks flanking him to the right. Richardson operates from the shotgun, has what he wants, he's got it, and the give is to play action over the middle, and he finds that's Jack Studdard.
I believe that's young Jack.
At the 34-yard line for a first down and a 14-yard pickup.
Jack just ran a little quick slant route right there.
Coach Wallace is real high on Jack Studdard. He said one day Jack's going to have a breakout game, and maybe tonight's the night. First and 10 Lions from the 34.
Yeah, I told him a couple of weeks ago, if you ever get the chance, line up with Shanks because he'll draw the double team.
That's right. 3 receivers now to the far side, 1 to the near. Parks back there with him. Rich wants to pass. Looking downfield, stepping out pressure. Now Roland has time and now fires complete to a wide open Shanks at the 50-yard line. And then steps out of bounds at the 50. First down, Prattville, as easy as you please.
I like that. 2 plays, 2 first downs. Lee is giving giving Shanks a lot of cushion.
Yeah, he had all he wanted right there.
Yeah.
as they go 1st and 10 from the Generals' 49-yard line. Opening drive of the game for the Lions. They forced a 3-and-out on the Generals' first possession. Now they're driving. Here goes the Lions 1st and 10 from the General 49, and the give is to Parks, and he goes across the left side, bashing through a linebacker and down to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, good job, Mario, right there. A little inside zone play to the right side. It's Prattville's bread and butter.
Yep. Clock on the move, 9:12 to play in the opening quarter. No score between the Generals and the Lions here in Crampton Bowl, but the Lions now on the move. 2nd down and 5 from the Generals' 44.
And Scholar Athlete of the Week checking in, Donovan Arrington.
How about old Donovan Arrington?
Yeah.
Not only is he strong, he's smart too. Rich has got him flanked to the left on this one. 3 receivers on the far side, none on the near. And here's a give to Arrington. Going to that near side, running over a man in the open field down to the 35, 34-yard line. 10 yards for Arrington and a Lions 1st down.
And a 1st down. Yep. Just inside zone, bounce the thing out. We were able to take the edge away from Lee, which allowed him to get outside, and then the safety had to roll up and make the tackle.
Same formation here. Arrington flanked to the left, and the give is to Arrington again, running up the middle, hit in the backfield this time. He's going to lose a couple yards back to the 37-yard line. Doesn't give him the 36. It'll be 2nd and 11.
So, just didn't get a block there.
No, somebody came unblocked.
Somebody came unblocked. We didn't pick that one up. There's no nice way to say what happened there. Somebody got in there free.
Rich on 2nd and 11 from the Generals' 36-yard line. Looks to pass, stepping up and downfield. Now rolling to his right, now throwing it incomplete. Had it and dropped it at the 27-yard line.
Yes. Calvin. Well, I thought he had it. So we kind of stalled now. 3rd and about 11.
3rd and 11 from the Generals' 36-yard line. 7:59 to play here in the opening quarter. No score between the Generals and the Lions. But Lions on the move in their opening possession, trying to keep the drive alive at the Generals' 36-yard line. They go 3rd and 11. Rich from the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. Rolls now to the far side. Sets his feet and throws. This ball is complete at the 24-yard line to Shanks for a 1st down.
It's Calvin Parker. Those 8s and 9s look the same
from up here. From up here, 8, 9, and 6, and 3.
They all look the same, yeah.
You got the Bushnell, so you can correct us anytime.
Yep, I'm looking, but I can't see what's going on and then get them things up here fast enough to tell you who just called it.
1st and 10 Lions from the Generals' 24. Twin receiver set here to the other side, and here he is, Richardson on the give to Parks. Shakes a man loose but can't get it away from the 2nd and 3rd, but he's down to the 21-yard line, 3-yard pickup, nearing the General red zone.
If they're just another, I mean, just inside zone, that's what we're going to run 60, 70% of the time. And just all the things that come off of it, pretty much everything else that we do comes off the inside zone.
Now they're going to line up trips to the far side of the field. Richardson has the snap, throws to that far side, has it, incomplete. Intended for Blue on the quick screen, just because got it a little too high for him.
A little high and a little bit behind him. That's a hard catch for a receiver going out that way, especially anything that's high. That ball's got to be low and in front. With blockers out there, probably could have scored. I don't know.
As it is, with 6:55 to play in the opening quarter, Lions 3rd and 7 from the Generals' 21-yard line. No score in the game so far between our Lions and the homestanding Lee Generals here in Crampton Bowl. And here's Richardson again, lining up the shotgun. 2 receivers to either side, wants to throw. Gas time, good containment. Now he throws, and this ball is caught at the 9-yard line. That's stuttered again. Jack stuttered. 1st and goal, Lions from the 9.
Gets up and gives them the old 1st down, hey.
Yep. Junior Jack stuttered with 2 catches so far in the night. 6'1", 187-pound receiver. 1st and goal, Lions from the 10. Trying to get on the board tonight early. Here's Parks with the carry around the right side to the 5. Bullies over 3 or 4 League Generals, and he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Prattville. What a hard run by Mario Parks.
Yeah, just put his head down, put his shoulder down. Got his first contact, and then for the next 6 yards, took 2 guys on in there with him.
Beautiful run. 6:20 to play in the opening quarter. Lions strike first. They lead 6-0, and now here comes Reed Montgomery on for the point after. Cam Richardson is your holder. Garrett Wildman is your snapper. Everybody comes set now. Wildman puts hand to the ball. There's the snap. It's down. The hold. The kick is up, and it is long enough and good enough, and we'll give them another point for that.
How about it?
6:20 to play in the opening quarter. Line 7, General 0. We'll take a 30-second break, and we will be right back. Your Sport Clips MVP, the scoring drive. A 9-yard run by Mario Parks into the end zone. No appointment needed at Sport Clips. The Sport Clips experience includes a precision haircut, massaging tea tree shampoo, and the legendary hot steam towel. Sport Clips in Prattville in front of Target on Legends Parkway. Well, Donna, we wanted the fast start, and there it is. The Lions strike first and strike quickly.
Yep, and we are going to kick it.
We are going to kick it. Montgomery kicks it to the 2-yard line, brought out by Johnson at the 12, now the 15, and now down to the 20-yard line before he's finally hemmed up at the 23.
So,
hey, I want to give a update, guys. People, if you're watching at home on the NFHS network, yes, those are birds flying in front of the camera. So we're pretty high up, and the birds are all around us. So
the birds are having a feeding frenzy on the moths
That is
tonight.
not an optical illusion.
So are they showing up that bad on the camera? I mean,
optical delusion, it is not.
When they fly through, you can definitely see them.
Well, I mean, I've definitely thrown my head back several times thinking I was fixing to get hit.
1st and 10, Generals from their own 23. McGrew from the shotgun. 2 receivers out of the side. Now he's going to send Dees in motion, and Dees will get the carry around the left side, looking for a block. And no, it's not him. It's McGrew, and McGrew's on his feet at the 30, and he's going to go all the way into the end zone for the score. Touchdown, Generals. How about that?
Just a speed sweep read option right there, and quarterback kept it. Prattville over pursued, and that's been a problem that they've had.
Everybody thought Dees had the ball on the end around, and McGrew kept it and to the house.
He's not as fast as Donald Harris, but he's pretty quick.
He's pretty quick. Well, he got a 15-yard head start on everybody. So Lee 1 point away from equalizing, and this is from what we've seen in the pregame.
Yeah.
A gamble with the Generals. They might be better off trying to go for 2 here. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
McGrew from the shotgun on a 2-point attempt for the Generals. Sends a man in motion. That's Dees again. This time McGrew looks to his left and wants to throw. Throws it toward the end zone. It's incomplete. 2-point conversion, no good. With 5:49 to play in the opening quarter, the Generals strike back. Line 7, General 6. And we'll stay right here. And, good play.
Yeah,
it was. Good play.
Yeah, it was. He just brought him in. Yeah, I mean, brings. I got to flip the page here. Dees brings Dees in motion, rides him until he sees that hole open up in the middle because we had overrun it trying to get to the edge out there, and he pulls it. And I mean, there was Carmelo Jones was Carmelo Jones was the only guy left back there, and he didn't realize he had the ball until he was up there even with him.
Yeah, you can only ride Dees so far before you got to take it yourself.
Well, he rode him to the max. All right.
Now a kickoff situation for the Generals, and this will be, I'm sure, a squib-style kick. We have Shanks and Blue. Or is it Shanks and Parrish back there, Donnie?
That's Blue.
Shanks and Blue deep to receive, hanging out around the 10-yard line. Dylan Baker set to kick off for the Generals. 5:49 to play in the opening quarter. Generals have cut it to 1, 7-6. And the straight-on old-school kick is in and is fielded at the 25-yard line out to the 30, 35 before he's finally taken down as Carmelo Jones out there.
Yep.
So the Lions will start their own 35-yard line on their second possession of the night.
That was Mayan.
My bad.
Yeah, 7s, 3s, 1s. You can't tell it from up here.
We need the Bushnells tonight more than ever. Prattville Farm Center is a great supporter of Prattville Athletics. Feed, seed, farm, and garden supplies, plus all the stuff you didn't even know you needed around the house and in the yard, including the region's largest selection of horse tack. Prattville Farm Center on South Memorial Drive. And speaking of horse tack, you might think about putting some horse tack on McGrew on that last run.
Yeah.
As he galloped down the sideline. And here's Richardson now. 1st and 10 Lions from our 36-yard line. Has the snap and gives it to Parks. Parks has a lane. 35-40, trying to get to the outside. 45, and finally taken down at the 45-yard line. Taken down awkwardly.
Yeah.
But he's up.
So kind of just almost like an RKO.
Yeah.
For you wrestling fans out there.
For you Randy Orton lovers out there. Good analysis, Donnie.
Thank you.
I like the way you cross over the sports like that.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Exactly. 9-yard pickup for Parks. And it is 2nd down and 1 for the Lions at the 45-yard line. 5:03 clock on the move here in the opening quarter. Line 7, General 6, and here is Richardson again. Drops back to pass, play action, steps out of some pressure. He's got a lane to run. He's got some open field. 50 down the Prattville sideline, steps out of bounds at the Lee General 41-yard line.
Yeah. Little, I don't know. He brought Donovan in motion. Then the safety moved, and he didn't get the matchup out there with Shanks that he wanted, I guess, and so he just pulled it down and took off. Or Calvin Parker, I can't see if that was 8 or 9. I believe it was Calvin.
1st and 10 Lions at the General's 41-yard line. And here is Rich again. He's going to give it up to Parks, trying to find a lane. He'll get maybe a yard to the 40. And Donnie, I don't know if you're hearing this, but I'm hearing like a keyboard.
Yeah.
And it's playing like smooth jazz keyboard.
Yeah, and there's not one close to us.
But I know I'm hearing it.
Yeah. It could be somebody's phone.
It's crazy. Very, very loud.
Nope.
It's down in the stand somewhere. I can't quite find it. But we're going under 4 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. 2nd and 9 from the Generals 40 go to the Lions. And here is Arrington in the open field. 30, cuts it back inside 25, down to the 21-yard line. That's a 19-yard pickup for Donovan Arrington and the Lions' 1st down.
Yeah, he did a good job of reading his block out there. Calvin Parker, he had him out there by himself, and Donovan set the block up, and when he did, he kind of had to hesitate a little bit and actually got tackled from behind.
1st and 10, Prattville at the General's 20-yard line. Back in the General red zone for the 2nd time on his many drives tonight. 3:35 to play opening quarter. Lions 7, General 6 from Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. Here is Richardson, drops back to pass, steps up out of it again, looking downfield. Now he's going to try to squirt free, and he gets down to the 16-yard line before he's finally stopped. They give him the 17. 3 yards on the carry for Rich.
Cam Rich.
Cam Rich. As we approach 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter, 2nd and 7 for the Lions at the General 17-yard line. Here in the Larry Puckett red zone, the Lions are 1 for 1 tonight, trying to make it a cool 2 for 2. Let's see if they can do it.
Got Shank stuttered in blue to the near side. Parker over on the far side by himself.
Shotgun snap. Arrington takes it, gets the snap, and he's going to carry down to the 15-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup. Stays in bounds. Clock continues to move, and we're down to the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 5.
Just a little off tackle run right there, and trying to get the corner, couldn't quite get there. Ball's in the middle of the field, maybe, but over there on that hash, he just couldn't get. He didn't have enough room.
7-6 your score. Lions on top. Lions big time opening drive, and then the Generals strike back quick on a 77-yard run from their quarterback, and now Lions 3rd and 5 from the Generals 15. Rich wants to throw it, and he's got it complete at the 10-yard line to Parks, and he's out to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Prattville from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, nice little throw and catch right there. Mario comes out of the backfield, and Cam hit him on about his 3rd step out, and then Mario does the rest. He does the rest.
1st and goal at the 7.
1st and goal, Lions, they give him the 7-yard line. 1:53 to play in the opening quarter. Lions lead by a single point, 7-6. And Rich
got him.
Has just drawn the defense off sides.
It's not Prattville that's doing it. Is it just that loud?
It's just that loud. And it's like it's coming from the little courtyard in front of the seats over here. But it is like somebody's having piano lessons.
Like I hear it coming from this side, but it's probably coming like every high through the headset.
I think it's go over the PA. I think somebody's got something on the PA system.
It is. It is annoying.
Because they ding.
First and goal now from the 3 after the offsides. Here's Parks with the carry. Puts his way in the end zone again. Touchdown, Prattville. Mario Parks, his second touchdown of the night, and the Lions extend their lead 13-6 over the Generals.
Goes in untouched right there off the right side, but looked like we got somebody down.
Here's a line down at the 3-yard line. Can't tell if it's a...
It may be stuttered.
They're tending to him pretty gingerly. Looks like he was grabbing his wrist.
They're looking at his ankle, Lee's knee or ankle, it looks like.
He's getting on up, but he's got not a lot of weight on that ankle. You're right, Donnie. Let's hope old Jack's okay.
Yep.
Good kid. Hate to see him go down like that. Hard worker.
He is that.
Montgomery on for the point after. Cam Rich to hold. Garrett Wildman to snap. Snap, hold, and kick. All perfect, all perfection. With 1:25 to play in the opening quarter. Lions 14, Generals 6. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back.
Buy your next new vehicle, visit LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
For the best prices on pre-owned vehicles, visit LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
I'm Brad at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. To find your next car, truck, or SUV, visit us at LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
For the best prices and huge inventory, visit LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
Be sure to like our Larry Puckett Chevrolet Facebook page. Who knows, you could be our next winner.
Save time and save money at LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
Check it out now.
Your Sport Clips MVP of the scoring drive once again is Mario Parks from 3 yards out this time, his second touchdown of the night. Sport Clips in front of Prattville Target on Legends Parkway. Go check him out and ask for that MVP treatment. You will not be sad. The way they massage your scalp with that tea tree shampoo, it like almost like a minty thing. It like makes your head tingle. It's awesome.
Now, I'm just going to say, if we would kick this ball to the Prattville sideline down to about the 15, I believe we could get to it before they could.
We could. The one deep man is all the way on the far hash, and we kick it straight to him, but it's gonna catch him in the end zone for a touchback.
I really think we could probably have a chance to get that ball.
I think you might be right.
Could be the deepest onside kick ever.
But as it is, he's getting his money's worth on the kicks right now. And speaking of getting your money's worth, did you know you can earn interest on your checking account at Guardian Credit Union? You can. Check out myguardiancu.com and find out about earning on your checking balance at Guardian Credit Union. Guardian Credit Union is where you belong. Now I'm hearing a violin. I hear a violin now. I really think I'm losing it up here. I think I'm freaking out a little bit. I hear pianos and violins. It's crazy.
You know what? You know when you hear violins, don't you?
Yeah, it's not a good sign, right?
When Smokey sings.
That's true. First and 10 for the Generals from their own 20-yard line, and it's a 3-yard loss. Sam Payne and Cotry teaming up for the stop on D's in the backfield.
I'm still trying to see what they're doing to Jack Studdard over there in the medical tent, but Colin Seegers is in the way, and I can't
You should have seen what Payne and Cotry did to D's just then.
Oh, we just jumped really offsides.
Yeah, we actually made contact right there.
I think they may have moved, though.
77 was 10 yards deep in the backfield.
Yeah, Cotry pushed him back there, but I think he moved. I think he moved his hand. Let's see.
Mello says it was him. Mello says it was 77 on the Generals, and he's right.
Yeah, he did move.
5-yard penalty for being quick on the snap for the Generals on that play. That'll back them up all the way to their 13-yard line, where it'll be second down and 17 for the Generals with 55 seconds to play in the opening quarter and a running clock. 14-6 Lions on top of the Generals from beautiful Crampton Bowl on the banks of the Alabama River in the shadows of Patterson Field tonight. Here's Dees coming in motion again, and McGrew wants to pass under a big blitz. This time,
dropped it.
Dropped the tunnel screen.
Thank goodness.
He had it set up, but he could not hold on to it. And it's 3rd and 17.
It's something you battle it week in and week out when we're telling those defensive linemen, look, when you get back there really easy, it's not because you're whooping your guy.
Yeah.
He lets you get back there.
Well, unless you're a Georgia Bulldog last week.
Yeah.
But that's a different story altogether.
True.
3rd and 17 now for the Generals from their 13-yard line. Here's McGrew with a wide open set. 5 receivers spread out wide. And they just spread it out wide for McGrew to try to get some running room, and he's not going to get any. He is hit hard at the 14-yard line. Oh, boy, is he ever belted by Carmelo Jones.
Yep. I just watched Tice Kotrick from snap to the end of the play right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's lined up at nose. He lines up at nose, defensive end, linebacker, whatever.
He is not scared to play any position.
He just puts his hand down, and he is just gone. And that guy had him like just 2 handfuls of jerseys and couldn't stop Tice from getting to the outside.
Generals are going to call a timeout here to talk things over. It's a punting situation for them, 4th and 16 from their own 14. So that's the end of the first quarter play. Thanks, Milzer. End of the first quarter play, and your score, Lions 14, Generals 6. We'll take a 1-minute break, and we will come right back. You're listening to Prattville Lions football.
You fired up the grill for 1 hot dog? Seriously?
Hot dogs, better with Pepsi.
Hun, those ribs ready?
No. Ribs, better with Pepsi.
Hey folks, this is Tammy Burkhalter at Prattville Farm Center, and did you know there's all kind of dogs that we can feed, like sleeping dog, hot dog, creek dog, swimming dog, hunting dog, shaggy dog, lap dog, window dog, riding dog, hiding dogs, puppy dog, standing dog, hat dog, cozy dog, family dog, even a dancing dog, man. So come see us at 1154 South Memorial Drive in Prattville, and we can even feed your kitty cat too.
Welcome back to Crampton Bowl. 4th and 16 for the Generals. Punting situation. The Generals punter will be heels down at his own 4-yard line. Shanks hanging out around the Generals 45, and another stoppage in play. Flags down. False start again against the Generals. That'll back them up 5 more. And I have a confession to make. I found the source of where that violin and piano music was coming from.
Okay.
It was coming from the phone in my pocket. For some reason, it was playing Swan Lake on repeat, and I do not know why. But it was. So there you go. We solved it, folks. You won't hear it anymore. 4th and 21 now. That's the Generals punter with a 7-yard drop on his own goal line right now. Lions come after the punt. Don't get it, but he gets it off clean, and Shanks calls for a fair catch at the 39-yard line of the Generals, and a great chance for the Lions to capitalize once again on a short field.
Well, a little update on Jack Studdard over there. They got ice on his knee from what I can see from here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's let's hope it's not. But
a little hyperextension maybe. Hopefully that's all it is. Hang in there, Jack. 1st and 10 Lions. Ball spotted at the Generals' 38-yard line as we begin this 3rd drive. Lions 2 for 2 on possessions so far tonight, both resulting in long drives with touchdowns courtesy of Mario Parks runs. And here comes Blue in motion. Rich wants to throw, looking downfield. Everybody covered up. Can't find his man now. Throws it to his release at the 15-yard line. Makes the man miss the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Prattville. Oh, my, what a catch and run.
You know, there's only one person that can make a Neo move like that.
Well, that would be Mr. Shanks.
Mr. Shanks. He just ran the sit-down route. He was not the primary receiver then. He just sits it down. The guy bites and takes one step back, and then Cam Rich sees him there by himself, throws it to him.
He does the rest.
He makes a matrix move and goes into the end zone.
Neo Shanks for the score. 11:38 to play before halftime. Prattville extends their lead over the Generals 20-6, and now Montgomery set to kick the point after. Hold by Rigdon this time. Wildman snaps, and it's good. With 11:38 to play, Lions 21, Generals 6. We'll take a 30-second break, and we will be right back.
Chip Powell here with Lewis Mills, service manager of Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. Lewis, talk to us about your Express Oil Change.
Well, our Express Oil Change, we have a full-line mechanical shop. We do 10-minute oil changes, and we are a full-fledged tire shop. We're a direct dealer with Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, and Yokohama.
When you need service, your oil change and tires, come here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tires Engineer.
Selma, Prattville, home of Larry Puckett Chevrolet. Prattville and Puckett, a winning combination.
$11:38 to play here in the opening half of Crampton Bowl. Lions lead 21-6 over the Lee Generals, and Donnie, they are 3 for 3 on possessions tonight so far.
Yeah, you got to like those odds.
Yeah.
2 by Mario, 1 by Shanks, and you know, really they looked easy.
Montgomery's had to kick away from our left to our right for everybody listening on Dixie Country 100.1 FM. Kicks this one away, and this one's going to be brought out from the goal. Nope. Touchback.
Got him again.
A yard deep.
Hey, guys, I want to give a quick shout-out listening to us on the road. Our own Coach Ricky Rose, he's had some personal stuff he had to attend to, a little out-of-town work, and he wanted to say he's listening to us, and we sound loud and clear.
Excellent. I love Ricky Rose, man. Heart and soul. Ricky Rose, him and his dad, Dusty, the American dream. Dusty Rose.
Who shares a birthday with me.
Yes, he does, as he should, except for the Mills who doesn't share. McGrew from the shotgun now for the Generals, starting from their own 20 once again. This line defense has been on him like, hold that thought for a second as he gives it up to his running back, Dees, and Dees is smacked down in the backfield.
He is tackled by all 11 Prattville Lions.
Dees loses 2 yards on the play.
Led by Cotry and Payne.
I was going to say that the defense has been on like white on rice, like on a paper plate in a snowstorm, but I couldn't get it out because they're wrapping them up too quick.
It was that fast.
They're giving the original line of scrimmage. It's now 2nd and 10. Here comes a flag. I believe the Generals have moved again somehow.
No, we got Prattville this time.
They did.
Yep.
They got Prattville offsides right there. That'll be aside from the big 77-yard run from scrimmage from McGrew, that is their longest play of the night.
That is their second positive play.
Yep. 2nd and 5 now for the Generals from their 25-yard line. Clock on the move. 10 minutes to play in the opening half. Lions lead at 21-6. Now they're going to come up and play press man. McGrew wants to throw. Has it complete at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to lose a yard, actually. He's taken down hard right there. Is that Mello again?
It's Mello and 24.
No, that's Scooter Wallace.
And Scooter.
Yeah. Well, and Scooter Wallace is coming into his own in this year as well. We've seen him get in more and more meaningful plays. And he's just really coming his own as a defensive back for the Lions. And now 3rd and 5 for the Generals. They go from their own 25-yard line. McGrew spreads it out wide, and he wants to throw. He's got it complete at the 29-yard line. Shy of the first down. Taken down by number 19, Sean Ennis.
Yep.
Yeah. Sean Ennis making the stop at the 29-yard line, a yard shy of the line to make for the Generals. And now another punting situation.
I think they have to punt this. I would look for some kind of fake, but you really don't want to give Prattville the ball here at the 28-yard line.
No, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to give it to him anyway right now.
Yep. At the way we're going right now, it's not going to matter if you give it to him at the 28 or if he gets it at the 48.
Jalen Jackson set the punt away. Shanks hanging out around the 40-yard line, our 40. And Jackson kicks it away, no rush on, and it's a returnable kick. Shanks fields it at the 35-yard line. Makes one man miss there, brings it out to the 40, cuts it back in. Oh, no, he's got a line, 40, 35, 30. One man to beat, that's the punter. He steps in front of him. He's on his feet at the 10, makes him miss, and he dives for the pylon. Touchdown, Prattville. Whoa, baby.
One flag on the far side.
Oh, my goodness gracious. There's a flag literally 70 yards away from the play.
One flag, and it could have been, based off of where it's at, it could be a false start flag or something like that that we're just going to have to see. But there's nobody over there.
Gosh, here comes the official with the call. The Whitecap calls false start against the Generals.
Yep.
And that penalty will be declined.
So give him the punt return for the touchdown.
Whoa, man, what a run by Cam Shanks. Oh, once he turned the corner back to the other side, you knew he had a patch of green grass and an athletic punter, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, he just made a miss down there. I'm not even going to say what he did. He just made a miss.
He went this way. The punter goes that way, and he said, "Hey, where'd he go?" And the punter said, "Where'd who go?" He was gone.
Go
Top
Hollywood.
Top
gun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got our guy.
We got our guy. That's right. Rigdon set to hold again. Wildman to snap. Montgomery is your kicker, and it's up, and it's good with 8:15 to play before halftime. Prattville 28, the Generals of Lee 6. And we'll keep it right here. And while we got a second, I want to tell you about something coming up. You know, we play other sports at Prattville, and one sport that is gaining notoriety by the year now is this baseball program. Prattville High School baseball is on the map now, a true state contender year in, year out, and they're having a fall festival at Roger Lambert Field on October 29th from 6 to 10 p.m. A $10 minimum donation gets you in, and what that $10 donation gets you is a great donation to Prattville High School baseball, but also a haunted maze, a Halloween movie, concessions, games, prizes, a costume contest, face painting, all that at the Fall Festival at Roger Lambert Field. I know you're going to be there, Donnie.
Man, Halloween scares me.
It's scary, but the kids at Prattville High School baseball and Coach Hall and the Diamond Club, Lee Salter and company, they're just great. They're great. They've got it going.
So anyway,
and it's going to be a great night. Make sure October 29th, 6 to 10 p.m., Roger Lambert Field. It's the Prattville High School Baseball Fall Festival. Be there or beware. As Montgomery kicks this one away, and it's going to go into the end zone again. This time it bounces into the end zone. Another touchback. So with 8:15 to play before the half, the Generals take over once again with our Lions on top, 28-6.
Got somewhat of an update on Jack Studdard. Think it may be a strain on the knee. He's still sitting over there under the tent with the ice on it. So,
boy, anytime you do something to that knee, it's scary.
Yep.
Because that is one joint you desperately need.
Yes, you do. I mean, you could do without an arm or toe or something, but gotta have that knee.
Yeah, if you want to get around,
gotta have it.
McGrew on first down. Check that. That is Sanders on the direct snap on first down. He gets 4 yards before he's taken out along the lee boundary by number 17, Carmelo Jones.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a busted play or a design play, but he just took it and took off running.
Yep.
The back went in motion, but he went in motion away from him, and I don't know.
Second down and call it 6 for the Generals from just inside their own 25-yard line. 7:54 clock on the move here in the opening half. Lions up big, 28-6 on the Generals. And McGrew from the shotgun is going to keep it again this time, and he is smacked. Carmelo Smith and company teaming up for the stop. Nothing doing for the Generals signal caller on that play.
No, that was just a heads-up play right there, putting them in a third and medium.
Mm-hmm.
And then here comes the third down pass rush crew.
Big Night checking in right now on that nose, and it's going to be third down and a long 4 from just outside their own 25-yard line for the Generals. They're going to put 3 receivers over on the far side spread out and 1 on the near. As McGrew loads up the shotgun one more time for the Generals. Play clock down to 7. Has the snap. Now he looks downfield and throws. This ball's complete in space to number 9 for the Generals. And he gets loose. He's at the 50 and out of bounds right there. That's number 9, Johnny Darby, a freshman wide receiver. Made a nice stiff arm on Mello and got loose to the 50.
6 foot, 138 pounds.
That is lean, 6 foot 138. But it is a first down for the Generals. First time they'll actually take a snap in Prattville territory at the 48-yard line. Lines up 28-6. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. McGrew trips to the far side, trips to the near side, I should say, and he's going to keep it on his own and get out to the 42-yard line, pick up 6 yards.
It's the same play they scored the touchdown on.
Yes, it is. But instead of 77, it only goes 6 this time. So we're getting better.
Yeah, we cut that down.
We did. 2nd down and 4 now for the Generals. Ball is just outside the Prattville 42-yard line.
Is any more high schools playing football tonight that we know of?
I don't think so. I think this might be it. This may be it. Generals spread it out wide here, very wide. 4 wide on the receiver core, and then we send McGrew in motion. And the pitch is out to Dees. Dees has it at the 40-yard line, and Dees is smacked down at the 37-yard line.
It's going to be close.
Very close. Cowling and Rollinson team up to push him out of bounds along the lead boundary, and it is enough by about the nose of the football for a 1st down. Generals on the march here. 1st and 10 now at the Lions' 37-yard line. This is the part now, Donnie, where you have to concentrate, focus, and put a team away.
Right.
You're up 28-6. You have a chance to really put a dagger in the heart of this team before halftime if you can stay focused with a big lead. It is a reverse pass to complete to McGrew, but it is about for a 7-yard loss.
Yeah. He'd have been better off letting that one just hit the ground.
He gave it to Jackson on the end around. Jackson whipped around and threw it back to him, but a low pass that McGrew took a 7-yard loss on the completion. Well, now they're going to rule it incomplete and give him back the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at our 38-yard line. Line's up 28-6. They've scored on all 4 possessions so far, quite easily. And now they'll operate. The Generals will operate from our 38-yard line. Here's a give to Dees, and Dees is hit at the line and falls forward to the 36-yard line. 2-yard pickup on the play.
Got a helmet rolling around down there.
Yep. I think it was Cotry on first contact.
Got a score. There is a score play in tonight, guys. There is a team. We got Florence. The report is 28 points. Grissom 27 yards. 28-0. Florence over Grissom.
Well, Grissom High School is a big old high school up in Huntsville. They've never ever been competitive in football, as far as I know. Good at other things, but never football.
So I think Lee has called a timeout.
Lee have indeed, with 3:55 to play before the half. And we'll take a timeout as well. We'll take a 1-minute break. Lions football continues right after this.
The folks at Jones Drug are proud to say they're a locally owned and a family-owned pharmacy. And no one cares for you more than your neighbors at Jones Drug. Buying local from Jones Drug means your money stays in your community, making local organizations even stronger.
Hey folks, this is James Jones, owner and pharmacist of Jones Drugs in Prattville, Millbrook, Greenville, Montgomery. Since 1996, the Jones family has been proud to serve the area and has always taken pride in service to our customers. Come let us show you how we can be your health partner and not just a pill store.
It's a long pass down the amazing aisles at Prattville Pickers. It's a great catch, showing thousands of incredible treasures. It's the biggest lineup of rustic wood furniture at the Depot Furniture Gallery. It's the national champion of antiques, collectibles, treasures. The Depot Furniture Gallery at Prattville Pickers. A winning combination for home, lifestyle, and recreation. Don't let the game clock run out before you make a winning catch at Prattville Pickers. Highway 82 West. Shop PrattvillePickers.com and Facebook.
Coming out of the timeout, the Generals snap it over the head of the quarterback, but
they jumped.
Forget it, because they jumped, and so a 15-yard loss becomes a 5-yard loss. So 3rd down and 13 now for the Generals from our 41-yard line.
Yeah, it's just like nobody was ready. They tried to quick snap it, and
he got tired of being bent over like that.
Well, the quarterback wasn't ready because he never saw it.
Well, he's all alone in the backfield now. 5 receivers in the formation for the Generals. 5 wide and 1 left early, but there's no flag. McGrew wants to throw. He's being wrestled down to the ground.
Held.
That is a massive hold. Incomplete it goes, but Cotry was actually that was a 3-point takedown on Cotry.
That was, and there's your holding call.
Holding is the call against the Generals, and number 77 for the Generals, Melvin Jackson, 6'3", 247, was just piggybacking on Cotry back there.
It wasn't much he could do. I think Prattville will probably decline that.
I would assume they do, and you're correct, Donnie.
So I'm making it 4th and
12.
13,
Fourth and 13.
12.
Yep. 4th and 13 from our 41. And if you're ever going to fake one, this would be when you do it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess he's going to punt.
Shanks hanging out around the 10-yard line. Jackson set the punt for the Generals from his 49. Clock stopped with 3:40 to play before halftime. Lions lead at 28-6, and he does actually punt it away. And Shanks calls for the fair catch at the 10-yard line.
At the 10.
Lions 90 yards from pay dirt. And speaking of pay dirt, you can save money and most importantly save time when you need tires and an express oil change. Discount prices and tires for all makes and models at Larry Puckett Tire Engineers and Larry Puckett Express Oil Change. There's no appointment needed out there. You just walk on in. You just drive in, push, pull, or carry. They'll hook you up with the tires you need, the service that you need for your car. It don't have to be a Chevy. It can be any car.
Yep.
They can hook you up with what you need at Larry Puckett Tire Engineers.
Yep. You can get your oil changed, get your air conditioner charged, just tons of stuff.
Get your Earl changed. 1st and 10 for the Lions from our 10-yard line with 3:32 to play before halftime. Rich gives it off to Parks. Parks trying to find some room, spins off tacklers, and he's out to the 17-yard line. 7-yard pickup for Parks. Hard running right there. And there's an injured General at the 13-yard line. He's hobbling off.
32. He's going to be okay.
Yep. Little shook up on that left leg there. Now 2nd down and 3 for the Lions on a running clock with 2.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. From our 17. Everybody checks the band's play clock at 20. Game clock at 2:22. Rich wants to pass, tucks it, pulls it down, and he goes down in a heap at the 16-yard line, loses a yard. They wanted that screen out into the trip side, Donnie, and it was snuffed out pretty well. So Cam just tried to tuck it and run. And they were waiting for him there too.
Yeah, they were on top of that, and I'm just had nowhere to go, and backside there was nothing there, and he tried to pull it down. It probably goes outside. He gets a little bit.
Same formation again. This time Rich throws to the short side. It's Parker complete at the 21-yard line. Spins off a man and dives ahead to the 23-yard line.
Gets his first down.
He does get his first down. The Lions stop the clock momentarily to move the chains with 1:43 to play.
Yeah, you got Calvin. This is a single receiver over here, and they're playing him that cushion, and just like they did a couple of weeks ago at Stanhope, just throw the out route, pick up 10 or 8 yards, and go get it.
Rich rolls to the far side now fires it, and it's complete at the 28-yard line to Shanks. Had to dive for it, down on contact right there. So a 6-yard pickup. The clock continues to roll, and the timeout called by Prattville.
By Prattville, yeah. That's a tough throw. I mean, you had Cam rolling out to his left side, and he had to get squared around and didn't get quite enough on it to throw it to where Cam was, and so he has to come up, dive, and makes a good catch. Give a quick shout out to John Kemp, who was listening to us out there at the airport, and I believe he is on his way home now.
He's out there by Airport Trailers.
He is.
That's one of our great sponsors, Airport Trailers. For anything, you want to haul anything from NASCARs to golf carts, you can do it with our friends at Airport Trailers. Right on Highway 80 next to the Montgomery Regional Airport where John Kemp serves the people.
He will. He will take care of you and make sure you get to your vehicle safely.
Yes, he will. And while we're speaking of Johns, I want to give a shout-out to our man Jonathan Ferris listening in tonight. One of our biggest fans. He a graduate of Prattville High School, moved into Tallahassee. Now he's back in Prattville. Loves the Lions, listens every Friday. Jonathan, thanks for listening, buddy. 1:22 to play here before halftime. Lions lead at 28-6.
Hey, we also got another one of our regular listeners when they're not playing, Clark Stewart from down there at WHEP in Foley. He's got us tuned in tonight.
You talking about from the banks of the Magnolia River? Cam Rich, play action to Arrington, rolls out under a little bit of pressure. Now he's going to tuck it and run with it. 35, and steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line very wisely along the lee boundary.
He wanted.
Oh, he's a little hobbled coming off there.
Both receivers turned up on like a hitch route, and Cam wanted them to release and get on down the field, and they wouldn't do it, and so he just kept running. It looked like he got a little tripped up there, trying to get an extra yard on the sideline. Might have tweaked that ankle just a hair.
1st and 10 Lions. They go from our 40-yard line. 1:01 to play in the half, and now timeout on the field. Officials want to talk something over. Not sure what this is. They stopped the clock, and now they're walking around talking to each other in in-ear devices.
I think the clock was running and resetting it.
Thank you,
reset
Milzer.
from 101 to 109. Rich now with 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Arrington back there with him, and here's the give to Arrington. Arrington finds a crease at 45, trying to get to the edge, 50, and he's upended at the Generals' 47-yard line and a first down for the Lions.
Man, he ran that alley as far as you could run it, and then you could just kind of see the seam that they had set there. And then he turns the corner, and Prattville calls a timeout with a 1:01 left.
Yep, still a timeout left to play with, too. Next week, we will announce the Buffalo Rock Pepsi Player of the Game. We'll make the presentations throughout the season on the Coach J.B. Wallace Show on Thursday evening at Rock's Famous Barbecue. Join us on Thursday at Rock's for the presentation of the Buffalo Rock Player of the Game. The plaque is provided by our friends at One Way Christian Bookstore, and the Player of the Game will also receive the MVP treatment from our friends at Sport Clips in Prattville. And if you haven't gone out to the Coach J.B. Wallace Show at Rock's Famous Barbecue, you are missing a real treat. Rock's Famous Barbecue, it's in the name, folks. It's famous barbecue. It is delicious. And my favorite thing at Rock's is not the barbecue. It's the burgers.
Really?
They have some of the best burgers. If you go there and get the JD or the Smooth, these customized burgers have their own name, and they're massive, and they're delicious. And they have all kind of stuff on it that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, I know they're big, but look, it really should be called Rock's Famous Ribs because that is my favorite.
They got the ribs.
Man.
They got the ribs.
Whew. But if you want a hamburger at a barbecue place, I guess that's where I'd go get it too.
It's the best one around. Rich wants to throw. Throws it down the middle. Throws a dart. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Shanks. Looks like it was covered up well by number 24.
Parker. That was Parker.
Number 24 for the Generals. Not on the roster, but made a heck of a play on that ball.
Yeah, that was Calvin he had a tough time. The ball was a little high and a tad behind him, and he had to try to get his hands back. And 24, like you said, just made a good play, knocked the ball away.
2nd and 10 now for the Lions from the Generals' 47-yard line. 52 ticks before the half, and Rich wants to pass. Steps out of it. Now he's going to run, calling for his blockers, setting it up across the 35 down to the 33-yard line, and steps out of bounds with 44 seconds. And Cam Rich is matriculating the ball and managing this clock well right now.
Yeah, with Prattville with one timeout left, inside the 40, we're close to Reed Montgomery field goal range, but they're not thinking field goal right now.
No, they're thinking 6 right here.
They want to get 6.
1st and 10 for the Lions from the Generals' 34-yard line. 42 seconds to play before half. Lions looking to add on to a 28-6 advantage as Rich drops back to pass. Rolls to his right, out of pressure. Now looking downfield, still looking, and now firing it. Intercepted at the 17-yard line. Threw it into coverage, and that's an interception, and that ends the Lions' scoring threat.
Yep. Yeah, it was a flood route, and everybody was coming over there, including the General defense. And Cam just ran out of room and threw it up, trying to hope somebody could make a play. And
he is not feeling well on that right ankle. That may be the last time you see Rich tonight.
Could very well be.
30 seconds to play before half, and now the Generals will take over, trailing our Lions 28-6. The BWS halftime show comes your way at halftime. BWS computers, networks, repairs, all your technology needs. Jeremy Jackson and Bill Youngblood, BWS Technologies, great sponsor of the program, and a great halftime show coming your way. But before that, McGrew drops back to pass, looking downfield and firing it complete to the short side, 35 to the 37-yard line before Ennis can finally get him down.
Yep. 20, number 9.
Yeah, that's Johnny Darby again.
Johnny Darby, the freshman.
And the Generals will call a timeout to talk this over with 19 seconds to play and 62 yards to pay dirt. For a great selection of Toro and Gravely zero-turn mowers, you got to visit Uncle Dave and the Johnson family at Prattville Outdoors. They're right out on Highway 82 at the Highway 14 intersection in Prattville. You go let Uncle Dave, Ed, and Frank know that you appreciate their sponsorship of Prattville football on Dixie Country and Prattville Alive. We're heading into the off season now.
Yep.
For mowing. And now's a good time. You might can get a deal on one of those zero-turn mowers.
Hey, guys, we got a listener checking in from Potter Station, Alabama. Our commander-in-chief himself.
I was about to say that's got to be the Mikester.
Yeah, Mike Reynolds tuning in to us.
From where?
Potter Station, Alabama.
I want to thank him for the Chris's hot
Man,
dogs.
thank you for supper tonight or lunch, Mike. I'm not real sure what it is.
It was kind of like a brunch. It's the other one.
Lupper.
Like Dunch.
Dunch. Okay.
Lupper. Yeah, either one. Lupper sounds like a disease.
It was a little late lunch and early supper.
McGrew wants to pass and drops back under some pressure, and being held is
not
Walt
a hold.
Rollinson, but it's not going to be called. But he does fire it up incomplete at the 35-yard line. And
no flag anywhere.
Yeah, there is a flag down. We're going to get a roughing the passer call here at the 37-yard line. We had Rollinson in pursuit of the quarterback after being held viciously. Finished the play about a second too late.
Maybe they're going to call the hold. I doubt it.
You know we don't like to make things easy.
Personal
Roughing the passer. Roughing the passer is the call against Witt. He was just pursued of second too long.
Well, that's our first one.
And that's one. And 8 seconds to play before the half, and I'll take that. I'll take that one.
Yep. Just no more.
No more. 28-6 your score. Lions on top of the Generals. You know it's got to be a frustration thing for Witt because he was being held by his neck. He finally broke away to finish the play, but it was just a second too late. So 1st and 10 Generals from the Lions' 47-yard line with 8 seconds to play and one timeout to their credit. McGrew wants to throw and throws it down the field, and he's got a man in the seam. It is James Sanders. Has it completed at the 30-yard line, taken down immediately. But now with 1 second to play, the Generals will have a shot at the end zone.
And they called timeout because the clock would start once they get it set up here.
Yep.
So they, like you said, they'll have one shot at it.
Lee's out of timeouts now, but they're going to have one shot at the end zone. They're trying to ruin our fun here in this half. But don't let mosquitoes ruin your outdoor fun. Let Aero Pest Control get rid of mosquitoes on your property. Call Aero Pest Control at 365-4610 and ask them about mosquito control. For over 50 years, the best shot at pest control is Aero Pest Control, and we need them here tonight because there are little bugs all over the place above our head tonight. And the birds have kind of calmed down. They think they got the big ones.
I was fixing to say they're all laying down over there because they're full. Can you hear like the bird? They sending out a text. Hey, there's a game at the bowl tonight.
All right, you know what that means.
We're feasting those dumb bugs.
That's right, feast on. This is going to be after dunch. Post dunch meal. McGrew set on. 4 receivers in the set. Last play of the half here. McGrew drops back and throws it up for the end zone. Men all over the place down there, and this ball is knocked down by Zay Parrish, and that'll end the half. Your halftime score: Lions 28, Generals 6. We'll take a 3-minute break, and when we come back,
hold on the break. We're going to go to the band.
Well, the band's coming up first. The BWS halftime show is on your face now. BWS halftime sponsored by BWS Technologies, computers, networks, and websites since 1996. 26 years in business. And I tell you, at 1836 Glenwood Drive in Prattville, on the website at bwsit.com, or you can call them at 358-6305. Jeremy Jackson, Bill Youngblood know how to do this thing right. They're advocates on the front end for the user. When I was talking to Jeremy about their company last Friday, he speaks like he's in the movie Tron. They talk, you and I, the computer owners, we're the users.
Okay.
We're the users. That's how they refer to us. We're advocates for the user. The tech fix is going to cost what it costs, but we're advocates for the user. And I was like, can you speak to me in non-computer terms, like I'm a computer idiot? He's like, yeah, we try to save you as much money as we can.
Yep.
And they do a very good job of it. Love some BWS Technologies. And we're going to turn it over to the voice of the Prattville High School Marching Band, Jeremy Jackson, right now. Queen Michael Jackson.
Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac. Next is our featured number, which includes Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough by Michael Jackson, and finally, Don't Stop Believing by Rihanna. We conclude the show tonight with the best-selling musical hit of the 20th century's journey hit, Don't Stop Believing. The band is under the field directions of drum majors Dariana Martinez, Jaden Seaman, and Hayden Walker. Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Pride of Prattville Marching Band.
Another stellar performance by the Pride of Prattville Marching Band, and here at the BWS halftime show. Prattville on top of Robert E. Lee 28-6 here at halftime at Crampton Bowl. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and when we come back, the BWS halftime rolls on.
It's a fantastic time to buy a zero-turn mower from Prattville Outdoors. All Gravely, Toro, and Aaron's zero-turn mowers are on sale. Go to PrattvilleOutdoors.com. Buy now with no money down, no interest for 48 months, and payments start at only $66 per month. Add an Echo trimmer and blower, and payments are only $74 per month. Prattville Outdoors has the parts and service department to back up every sale. Go to PrattvilleOutdoors.com or see them at 118 Highway 82 West.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Think local. Think of all the skill and talent found right here in our community. Hands that build, hands that feed, teach, protect, and hands that heal. Guardian Credit Union reaches out to people just like you. Handling loans for new cars, opening doors to new homes, saying yes to fun and adventure. When you need a strong, steady financial hand, think local. Think Guardian.
For well over 50 years, the River region has depended on Arrow Pest Control, which has grown to be one of the largest and most respected pest control science leaders in the area. Pest control is a science that eliminates pests that invade and potentially damage your property. They use only the top-rated pest control products, including the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. Arrow Pest Control was built on customer service and satisfaction, and that's still #1 today. Call us, 334-365-4610, and find out about mosquito control. Arrow, your best shot for pest control.
Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish. Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish.
We've been selling U.S. farm-raised catfish since 1978.
They do have a choice for a good, wholesome, safe fish. We know it's a good product.
Ask for U.S. farm-raised catfish, only the finest, freshest, tastiest. You can taste the difference.
From our farm to your table, your family deserves the best. U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I'm the neighbor with the orange tractor. I mow, I grow, and care for this place I call home. I'm always on the move, getting work done, because I want to be the best version of me. Right now, get a Kubota L-Series tractor and take advantage of low-rate, long-term financing. This is why I do it. Kubota.
See the Bates family, Jared, Barbara, or Mickey at Clinton Tractor.
And in the score at the halftime is Prattville 28, Lee 6. But there's a score you need to know that we're going to talk about again, a score that is yet to be settled. And that score is coming up for us all on November 8th. Of course, you know the general election in Alabama is on November 8th. And there's a particular place on that ballot called Local Amendment 1. Local Amendment 1 is our opportunity to tell our kids, to prove to our kids that they really do matter. It's a chance for us to vote in the Central and Pratt school districts to increase our property taxes by 15 mills, which if you don't know what a mill is, it's $150 on every $100,000 of property assessed value per year. So for the average homeowner, that means about $250 more on property taxes per year, which if you do the math on that, that's a little more than $20 a month. What that gets you is funding for our school systems that we have not had before. It would be the first property tax, it would be the first funding increase for public schools in Autauga County since 1921, over 100 years past due. I don't know if you've been to Talcott County schools lately. Donnie, you live in one every day.
I do.
The Prattville Junior High School. And what can you tell us about the facilities at Prattville Junior High School?
We need some upgrading.
You could say that.
We do. Now, you know, it's what we got is clean and functional, but we need more. Our kids need more. I'm just gonna throw six period PE out. We have 246 kids in that gym during sixth period. It is wall to wall people in there. On a rainy day when we can't go outside, it's tough in there.
Yeah.
We need a bigger gym. And you know what? Those 246 kids are also in classrooms with 30 people in them.
Now, what if I told you we could take that junior high school, the students, the teachers, everything, take them out of that building and transplant them into the high school facility?
I would say we would have a lot of room.
Space to operate and space to grow.
Yeah.
With this property tax increase, we will be able to do that and also build a new high school that is adequate size for our kids in high school. Also included in that would be new elementary schools. It would be better facilities all the way around in these school districts.
Well, let me ask you this, okay? I mean, and I'm just going to use Auburn as an example because we play them next week. Auburn, I believe, has built 2 new high schools within the last 10 years, and from what I understand, they're getting ready to build another one.
Right.
Now, I know that Auburn Junior High, because I'm good friends with Coach Spencer over there, and we play ball against each other. Coach Spencer has moved. The junior high is now into the old high school.
Right.
And, you know, he's got multiple gyms. He's got a huge practice facility. He's got a track. He's got a baseball field and a softball field on campus.
Which is a wonderful thing to have.
Yeah, because, I mean, our baseball team has to travel to Whetstone every day. And with fuel prices at $1.85 a mile now for us to take a bus, it costs us $26 to go to baseball practice every day.
Which is unfair. It's not right, and we can change it. We can change it all.
Okay, so what is Prattville's current millage, I guess is the word I'm looking for?
The current millage for education is 10. It's 10 mills.
Okay.
Which is the absolute minimum that you have to get state funding.
Okay.
And to clarify, all 10 mills go back to the state.
Correct.
Because they require 10 mil.
That's right.
And then they redistribute it back to you.
Okay.
But you can only use it for, teacher salaries and
operational expenses.
Operational expenses. Building repair, building maintenance, building everything comes out of your own budget. And for since 1921, we haven't pulled any extra money. So
we have zero local funding.
Zero local funding.
All right.
So
what is Auburn's millage?
46.
And ours is 10.
10. So there's no reason to wonder why families are leaving Prattville in droves and headed over to Auburn and to Pike Road, because their millage for schools is at least double ours everywhere else. At least double everywhere else. And that gives them school systems that absolutely thrive. And Prattville is had the moniker of doing more with less than any other school system, and it shows up in the ratings. There's 138 public school systems in our state, and Prattville ranks 133 in expenditures per pupil, which is disgusting. We should all be ashamed of this. We should be ashamed of this. And if you vote yes to Local Amendment 1, those stars in our future for Talcott County schools will change for the better almost immediately. You're going to see across the board groundbreaking on new facilities, improved facilities, state-of-the-art safety, state-of-the-art tech, state-of-the-art space in gymnasiums and academic programs and classroom spaces that actually are built to accentuate higher learning. I mean, this is all on the board. This is all on the table on November 8th.
And if you don't think it's needed, let me just give a perfect example. I go into the Prattville Primary School. earlier this year. For the first time in 40 years, I set foot in that school when I was in that school for 40 years. And when I was in that school, it was almost 50 years old. To put it in perspective, what I tell everybody to put it in perspective, Wyatt Earp was still alive when Prattville Primary School was built.
And those same bricks are standing today.
Yes.
It needs to change. They have served their purpose and well beyond their lifespan. That's like we said. Prattville does not need to hold proud the phrase "we do more with less than anyone else."
Yep.
It's time for us to do more with more. And this 15 mil increase will put us on the road to doing just that. So tell your friends, tell everybody, and a lot of people say, "I don't have a kid in the school system. How does this affect me?" Or, "I'm not even in that school district. How does it affect me?" Well, let me tell you something. Quality public schools and modern facilities are key drivers of economic development and community growth. You don't have to look very far to see how the downfall of public schools has created poor economic development and industrial development areas. You look at Selma's situation. You look over here in West, South, and North Montgomery.
Yep.
These are not good places for growth, for community growth and development, and for economic development, and it's because of the school systems.
And if you want an eye-opener, talk to Mr. Joe Mathis about this, about the effects of Maxwell has on all this. Because, folks, Maxwell's on the brink. And everybody thinks it's going to be there forever, but it's not going to be there forever. And one of their biggest indicators of keeping it open is the educational opportunities, the public educational opportunities for the people that work and live and are stationed at Maxwell. And right now, they rank dead last.
Well, to put it in perspective, I got the actual numbers on the quality of life surveys that they give to all 157 Air Force bases across the country. Maxwell Air Force Base ranks 154th.
Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't dead last. It was three from dead last.
154th out of 157 in quality of life for their Air Force service members stationed at Maxwell Air Force Base. And the number one reason they cite is lack of quality public schools.
And these polls and these surveys that they do are very prominent on what they do on keeping bases open and closing bases.
Correct.
And yeah, everybody, you say that people say, "Hey, the Air War College, they're not going to move it. They can move the Air War College in a weekend on 5 C-130s."
Donnie?
Well, look, you want a perfect example? There are 48 players on Lee's football team.
Mm-hmm.
15 years ago, there was 108 players on Lee's football team.
Correct.
I mean, there's your proof right there. Prattville Lee on a Thursday night in the bowl when everybody else would have been here to watch.
Right. Ghost town.
They're tumbleweeds blowing through the crowd.
But we need this vote. November 8th, go to the polls, vote yes on Local Amendment 1. It'll be in the top right-hand corner of your ballot. Do not miss this opportunity for your schools. I guarantee you a no vote here will be very tough to overcome. We do not need that. Vote yes, Local Amendment 1. And that concludes the BWS halftime show. And we're ready to get started with the second half of play with Lee getting ready to kick off. This time a lineman's going to kick off, and he's going to toe punch it down the middle of the field. And picked up at the 25-yard line and brought out to the 30 and taken down right there. Was that Mayan on the return?
I don't know. I have to look.
I believe that
Somebody just scooped it up like a baseball player.
Yep. Callan returns out to the 32-yard line, and the Lions will take over right there with 11:53 to go in the third quarter, leading 28-6. Let's see how they line up on offense here to start the third quarter. Looks like Cam Rich will be back in at quarterback. A little less hobbled than he was at the end of the first half. Rich hands off to Arrington. Arrington jumps to the outside, has a little lane. He's loose, 45. Oh, stumbles, shoelace tackle at the 48-yard line. But a 15-yard pickup for Donovan Arrington.
He was a step away from getting about 10 or 12 more yards.
Yes, he was.
Because those Lee guys had him kind of hemmed up over there. But he would have got there.
First and 10 Lions now at our 46-yard line, just underway here in the third quarter. Lions trying to add on to what is a 28-6 advantage.
Oh, he got him, but they didn't throw it.
Play clock at 23 now. Rich had forced an offsides on the defense, but they didn't call it.
He bumped the center's head, but it's okay.
That's all right. He didn't mean to. Rich rolls to his right, steps out of pressure.
Oh, nice move.
Still on his feet, extending the play, and gets run over.
Tackled by
he gets
Garrett
tackled
Wildman.
got tackled by Garrett Mitchell.
Garrett Mitchell
Tackles him at the 45-yard line. That was a oops, I didn't mean to.
That was, I'm blocking the guy this way. Why are you coming back that way?
But when you run into Mitchell, you're probably going down.
He went down quickly.
2nd and 14 now for the Lions at our 42-yard line. I want to thank Martin Jackson for tuning in tonight and texting his humorous quips. They are appreciated.
I got one for you, Martin. What does a sprinter eat before a race? Nothing. They fast.
2nd and 14 is Rich, drops back to pass. Now throws it down the middle of the field. Throws it complete to Shanks at the 45. That's Parker, I believe. Parker at the 45. And his forward progress will have him to the 44-yard line and another Prattville first down.
Yeah. Parker just a little bit taller than Shanks.
A little
That's
bit.
the only way you were able to pick that one up.
Parker at 6'1", Shanks at 5'10". Shanks also gives up 6 pounds to Parker, and it shows out there.
Quick shout out to Jack Studdard's grandparents. They're listening to us up in Pigeon Forge.
Good old Pigeon Forge.
Yep.
Home of Laffy Taffy and wooden keychains.
Hope y'all enjoyed
and
those.
Field 5.
And Field 5.
Those catches that Jack made earlier in the game. We hadn't seen him in a while.
Oh, 1st and 10 Lions now at the Generals' 44-yard line. Arrington tackled by his headgear. Here comes the flag. That's going to be 15 on the Generals for that tackle on Donovan Arrington at the line of scrimmage. You cannot tackle him by the head. We learned that last week.
We just fixing to say we learned that. Whit learned that last week, and Tice, and so yeah, trying to keep this game as safe as we can.
And that's a good thing.
It is.
That's a good thing.
Oh, that's going to be a first down, I believe.
It will be a first down, and it's going to take the Lions all the way down to the 31-yard line of the Generals with 9:35 to play in the third. Lions trying to pad that 28-6 advantage. I would imagine, Donnie, if we put it in the end zone here, we might see the benches start to empty.
We might see a few more guys that we haven't seen in a while.
Cam Rich is going to line it up. 3 receivers to either side. From the far hash, Parks in the game now, giving Arrington a breather. He'll flank Rich to the right.
Shanks.
He waits for the snap. He's got it. Now he drops back to pass, looking and throwing it deep. He's got a man down there all alone and just cannot connect with him at the 5-yard line.
Yes,
KJ Blue just right off his fingertips, and he was all alone. He had beat his man in a little double move there and just couldn't just put a little more air into that ball, Cam.
Yeah. He threw it a little far.
Yep.
A little bit higher, and he could have ran under that one. That's okay. It's second down.
They're going to get another chance right here on 2nd and 10 from the Generals' 31. Clock stopped with 9:08 to play here in the third. Lions all over the Generals, 28-6 in Crampton Bowl tonight. And here is quick pitch out to Blue. He's got it at the 15. Shakes off a man at the 10. Blue to the 5. Still on his feet down to the 2-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
Oh, man.
Looked like he rode the defender.
He did.
He tackled him, but he slid on the defender into the end zone. They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. That's a nice run after the catch by KJ Blue, and a 1st and goal for the Lions. Clock on the move, 8:50 and counting here in the third quarter. Rich will line up, trips to the far side, 1 to the near. From the shotgun he goes, and the give is to Parks. No, he keeps it, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Prattville. Cam Rich on the score. The Lions continue to just mow down the Generals. It's 34-6 with 8:34 to play in the third quarter.
Just Cam Rich, nice ball fake. Linebackers went. He pulled it, walks in.
Pretty as you please.
Just like you draw it up.
No question.
Which had he given it, I believe, Mario would have walked in for his third on the night.
You had choices.
Yes.
Just to put it that way.
You know, when you're an offensive guy, choices are great.
Rigdon kneels for the hold, snap from Wildman, and the kick is up from Montgomery.
Nope.
Is that's Porter Sutton out there?
Sutton, yeah.
That is Porter Sutton with the PAT.
That's the short guy.
Porter Sutton, and it's good. 8:34 to play in the third quarter. Your score, Prattville 35, Lee 6. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back.
Don't throw away your money, especially on replacement auto parts. In most cases, aftermarket parts are just as good and a heck of a lot cheaper than factory parts. D&J Auto Parts in Prattville is all hooked up with Auto Plus, a nationwide leader in the automotive aftermarket. Don't you dare go to another parts store before checking the great prices at D&J Auto Plus, 175 Highway 82 Bypass in Prattville.
WDXX Selma Prattville, home of Larry Puckett Chevrolet.
Might get that
Prattville and Puckett,
triggeration
a
kick
winning
now.
combination.
Good. 8:34 to play in the third quarter. Lions lead it now 35-6, courtesy of a KJ Blue run down to the 2-yard line on a catch from Cam Richardson, and then Cam does the rest, takes it in from 1 yard out. And now the kick is away, going left to right, and that's Montgomery again kicking it away. It sails into the end zone. Touch back.
No.
It is Reed, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, that is Reed Montgomery. He's a foot and a half taller than Sutton.
Than Porter, yeah. But a heart as big as a mountain in Porter Sutton.
That's it. Man, did I tell you my wife is really mad at me?
No.
Yeah, she says I have no sense of direction, so I packed up my stuff and right.
First and 10 Generals go from the 20-yard line, and the flags are down.
Yeah, we had a little corner blitz coming from the far side over there.
And we really anticipated it too.
Yeah, we were settling out right there, and they got us.
They did. Those tricky Generals. First and 5 now for the Generals from the 25. They'll try this again as McGrew lines up his troops. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. He's got it and rolls to that right side. Thought about pitching it, then he kept it. Gets ahead to the 30-yard line, finally tackled at the 34-yard line. Number 10, Brian Braggs on the stop for the Lions, but not before the Generals pick up a first down.
Get a little speed option. Quarterback kept it. Oh. We still look pretty solid out there defensively. Nobody new checking in yet. Witt, Knight, and Tice Cotry up front. Gordon Payne.
First and 10 Generals from the 34. Sorry. McGrew throws across the middle complete. Head on his feet to the 50-yard line is Jalen Jackson, taken down by a host of Lions, Sam Payne included at the 50-yard line. And another first and 10 for the Generals from the 50. .748 clock on the move here, and it's getting a little chippy in the press box right now. Because there are some, there's deadpan humor flying around everywhere right now, and I can't.
Everywhere.
I'm trying to
be professional.
Keep my eyes on the field here. First and 10 for the Generals from the Lions 48, and the give this time to Dees, and he is smacked down. Dees is down at the Generals 47-yard line.
Mr. Cotry and the left guard made the tackle.
Mr. Cotry had no time for Dees. Second and 14 from the 48 of the Generals. They go. Clock on the move with 7 to play in the third quarter.
He's got his finger on that button, doesn't he?
McGrew's going to set Dees to his left. McGrew just pitches it out of bounds, harmlessly. It's going to be third down. Oh, I apologize, folks. I apologize. There are some very immature people up here.
It's the bugs flying in here.
Bugs everywhere. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. I can't control anything up here. I've lost control. It's 3rd and 14 for the Generals from from their own 48-yard line. Clock on the move, 6:34 here in the third quarter. Now McGrew checks the sideline. Wait a minute, he stepped out. Now his clap drew us off, but he was looking to the sideline for a fresh call, and we're going to get 5 yards as a result.
That might have been the play that they called.
Could have been the clap back. 3rd and 9 now from the Lions 47. Go the Generals. Back in between the chains for the first time in a minute.
And across midfield.
Yes.
2 times they've been down here.
McGrew and number 2, Darrell, flanks to the left. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. McGrew has what he likes now, drops back to pass, looking downfield now, firing it over the head of everybody. His intended receiver, Jackson, had cleared coverage momentarily, but Scooter Wallace closing in fast. Incomplete it goes, and it's going to be 4th and 9.
They got offensive players playing defense and defensive guys playing offense, and we just need to put everybody's number on one side.
Yeah, they're all athletes for the Generals now.
Yep. It's so, I mean, it was like 17, and there's no 17 anywhere. All right.
Cam Shanks hanging out around his 20-yard line to receive this punt. Jalen Jackson, the punter for the Generals, heels down around his 43. Clock stopped with 6:10 to play here in the third quarter. Lines up 35-6 and looking to get this ball back. 4th and 9 from our 47-yard line. Go the Generals.
You know he wants to return this one.
You know he does. Line drive, end over end punt. Shanks fields it at the 15-yard line, has some space, 15-30, on his feet, 35-40, cuts it back to the outside and steps out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
He almost took it.
He just needed one more little crease, and he would have taken it. But as it is, it's a 34-yard return for Shanks out to the 44-yard line, and the Lions take over there.
You know, you tell your punt returner, kickoff guy, hey, get me 1 first down. Well, he just got you 3.
You know, whatever.
All right.
1st and 10 Lions from their 44-yard line. Refs say play ball, and we play ball. Rich gives it up to Parks. Parks squirts through the hole and gets out to the 48-yard line before he's wrestled down to the ground. Donnie, we got to talk about an event coming up on Saturday.
Ooh, you know I got promoted.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I got the phone call the other day.
From the CEO?
From the CEO, from the man.
The man.
The man. And he said, hey, you are now the chairman of the judges.
Of course, we're talking about the Prattville YMCA's Great Grits Cook-Off coming up this Saturday.
39 contestants in with grits.
Oh, my goodness. Here's Rich on a give to Parks. Parks stumbles in the backfield, struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He's going to be close.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 5 when play resumes. But, yeah, the Great Grits Cook-Off, 39 grit vendors with all the different recipes for making grits. I mean, these grits are going to be so good.
Yep, they changed the format just a little bit, and after this play, I'll let you know what's going on.
Rich draws them off sides, and that's going to take it from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1. You're going to move into the lead territory at the 48. But tell me about the different format for the Great Grits Cook-Off this year.
So, you know, in the past we've had like churches, businesses, schools, just several different categories. This year, I think it's a business and churches and nonprofits. So there's only 2 categories instead of like 4. So you're talking
about if you're gonna win, you got some show enough grits.
Exactly.
Here's Rich on 3rd and 1, going to keep it, and he's pulled down from behind and loses several yards back to the 42-yard line. 43. It's going to be 4th and 10, and that's Prattville's first punting situation of the night.
We may have to punt.
Turner Walker on to punt away. His first action of the night. And anytime your punter's first action is 3 minutes left in the third quarter, it's usually been a pretty good night.
You've got a pretty good night. A little shout out to Ryan Wilson, who's back home listening to us. He says that we are hilarious, and we're keeping him informed as to what's going on.
Well, that's the most important thing.
That's right.
Being hilarious. Wait, it's the information. Walker gets this one away, and it's going to take a bounce inside the Generals' 10-yard line, inside the 5.
Check up.
And it just gets into the end zone. Walker almost had him down at the 1, but as it is, it's going to be touchback at the 20. But this, let's keep on this Great Grits Cook-Off discussion here. $5 gets you a wristband for all you can eat grits. Sample as much as you want, taste as much as you want. Starts at 9 o'clock. It lasts till noon. But if you want the good stuff, you need to get there at 9 because they're going to run out by noon.
Yeah, they're and they're hot.
Oh, my goodness.
And, I mean, they keep them on the burners, but, you know, when you cook grits for 4 hours.
They start to cake up a little bit. About 11 o'clock, it gets a little cakey.
They get almost a little burnt taste.
But between 9 and 10:30, that's the sweet spot.
Man.
That is the sweet spot.
Yep.
And it's going to be a beautiful day. There's going to be live music. There's going to be arts and crafts vendors. There's going to be stuff that you can do. Even if grits aren't your thing, you can still have a blast at the Great Grits Cook-Off.
You can, and there'll be other food vendors there.
At the Bradford branch, on the athletic fields, 9 to 12. Be there. $5 gets you the party of a lifetime every year. Here's McGrew on first down trying to get to the left side, and he's not going to get to that left side because guess who's waiting there for him?
Sam Payne said, "You're not going this way."
The master of Payne is there along with Eric Miner, and it brings up second down and 11 after the 1 yard loss back at the 19.
Yeah, they had quads to the far side and a single receiver over here, and Prattville in that 3-2 box, and they have 5 linemen blocking, and we got 5 defenders in there, and Big Night.
Big Night just laid down.
He just went down. He's holding his knee or ankle, shin, something.
Holding his right leg there, lower leg. Not sure what's going on with him, but
it's like he went to step and get down, and he just went, oh, my leg.
Yeah.
So let's hope he's okay and he can walk off on his own because
the
ones that are down there right now ain't going to tote him off.
No, they're not going to be able to carry Big Night off.
No. You better get Mello and Tice out here and Sam to help tote him.
Yeah. Hey, U.S. Farm Raised Catfish is a great sponsor of this program. Look for the U.S. Farm Raised label and support the great catfish farmers right here on the red clay in Alabama. Because if you're not eating U.S. Farm Raised Catfish, you're probably eating some dirty, nasty Mekong Delta Chinese catfish that supports a communist regime. And I don't really want to say anything else about that. U.S. Farm Raised Catfish is where it's at. Look for the label, folks. Do your homework before just buying any old fish.
Because if it ain't U.S. Farm Raised Catfish, it's crap.
It's communist crap.
It's crap.
And we won't tolerate that.
Not at all.
Night comes off under his own power, which is a blessing to the sports medicine crew. Second and 11 go the Generals from the 19.
6'5", 301.
Yeah.
No. Cleveland wasn't going to tote him off.
McGrew drops back to pass, throws it deep, looking for Sanders, and this ball's nearly intercepted. Zay Parris almost had his second pick of the night. As it is, he still has no picks on the night.
But he made a great play on an underthrown ball.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And it is now 3rd and 11 for the Generals with 1:40 to play here in the third quarter. Line's up 35-6. You can look for the fourth quarter coming up. You can look for probably a whole host of new characters in for the Lions as they've done exactly what they needed to do tonight and put this League Generals team away early and get ready to cruise in the fourth quarter.
You know, there's a guy, Tony Graydon, that will be playing at the Great Grits Cook-Off Saturday morning. His second year for him. He was there last year, had the crowd rocking and rolling.
McGrew gives it off to Gerald Bonner. Bonner gets around the right side and gets maybe a yard before he is taken down with some impunity by number 52, Jordan Bates.
All right. Uh-oh, we got a new punt returner coming out. Calvin Parker. Giving Shanks a break, I guess.
You can tell because of the height.
Yeah, he's taller than the official out there.
The official looks tiny compared to Parker.
He really does.
Is that Emmanuel Webster back there? Parker hangs out around his own 45-yard line as Jackson hangs out. The punter for Lee hangs around his 10. Parker's going to wisely come up to around the 50. Kick is away, and Parker calls for the fair catch at the 45, makes it clean right in the center of the field. Prattville Pickers is over 100,000 square feet of everything from jellies and jams to neon bar signs and Persian rugs. Prattville Pickers is home of the Depot Furniture Gallery, which has the largest selection of rustic solid wood furniture in the River region. Made by Americans, sold to Americans. That's the way we roll.
That's it.
Prattville Pickers.
I know last week I talked about those live edge oak tables or whatever.
Man.
If I ever get a man cave, I'm going to have one of those. It would seat like 12 people around the table.
Like Knights of the Round Table kind
That's
of
it.
stuff.
But be Knights of the Live Oak or Live Edge.
Knights of the Live Oak. I like that name. Here's Browder in the game now. Gives it off to Arrington. Arrington shoelace tackled at the 49-yard line. He'll pick up 3 yards, almost a whole lot more. As we see Browder in as a signal caller now.
Yeah, got Browder in. I'm trying to check this O-line. I believe they're all still the same.
Game clock down at 25 seconds. Play clock at 20. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter as Browder on a 2nd and 8 from our 47 operates troops.
Brody Bowman in on the far side over there.
Brody Bowman's one that Coach Wallace is pretty high on for the coming years. Keep your eye on that guy coming in. And there's Arrington on the carry again, right up the middle, following the block of Seegers. And he carries across the 50 to the 49, and that's the end of the third quarter play with your score, Prattville 35, the Lee General 6. We'll take a 1-minute break, and we will be right back. You're listening to Prattville Lions football.
Before you buy your next new vehicle, visit LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
For the best prices on pre-owned vehicles, visit LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
I'm Brad at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. To find your next car, truck, or SUV, visit us at LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
For the best prices and huge inventory, visit LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
Be sure to like our Larry Puckett Chevrolet Facebook page. Who knows, you could be our next winner.
Save time and save money at LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
Fourth quarter action about to get underway here in the Crampton Bowl with the Lions leading comfortably 35-6 over the Lee Generals. And it's been all Lions start to finish tonight. -1 75-yard run by the Generals. They've mustered very little offense, and the Lions have just taken it to them in every facet of the game.
One Turner Walker 61-yard punt.
That's right.
That rolled into the end zone.
3rd and 5 as we begin the fourth quarter. Lions with the ball at the 50. Browder is your signal caller, and he wants to pass, and he throws it up on 3rd down, trying to reach his man at the 20-yard line, and there his flag's down.
Could have been pass interference.
I believe they're going to get the guys in red for a little PI.
Yeah, Mayan had a chance to make a play on that ball, and
but he was being blanketed.
The defender said, "Not on my watch."
No, and even if it cost him 15, you're not going to catch this ball.
Yeah. So really, that would have been a 30, 42-yard catch, and now we got a Lee General down.
I think that's the one that committed the penalty.
I don't know. It looks like, is it 13? I can't tell. He's covered up right now. Nope. 43 maybe.
Can't tell. You got the Bushnells. You got to tell me.
Well, he's laying down. He had his arm over his chest.
He is prone at the moment. 15, I believe, is the number. Joshua Whiting. He was the cornerback that.
13, 15?
15, the one that was blanketing Callan over there.
45?
45. It is 45, not 15, 45.
Young Will has good eyes over here.
DeMarcus Jones. A.V. Wonderkin has great eyes. He's looking through his Zoom camera, too.
Oh, that's it. He's cheated.
He's using his tools to his advantage. That's what Robin does. He said, holy injured player, Batman. Holy injured player, Milzer.
Milzer's asleep back there, isn't he? He's so calm. I like the calm Milzer.
Yeah, we need Reader to never leave us.
You can never leave us.
You're like, 1st and 10 now for the Lions from the general 35-yard line. Here is Arrington on the carry, right up the middle, right into the face of a linebacker, pushes him down and gets forward to a couple more down to the 28. And that will move us 7 yards closer and staying in the middle of the field.
Just a good hard run right there. Well, just straight up inside zone and go.
Look for Browder to carry it here soon. He's the more running type quarterback. 2nd and 3 from the Generals 28. Go the Lions.
Shout out DJ Haynes down in Crestview, Florida.
Drops back to pass. Browder throws across the middle, looking for his man at the 10-yard line. He pulls it down in the end zone. Touchdown, KJ Blue. Touchdown, Prattville. And flags are down. I think they're going to get us for some unsportsmanlike after the play there.
I don't know.
But I mean, there's a little bit of celebration, but there was nothing directed at a player.
Wasn't a whole lot. I mean,
he had the ball. He caught the ball, held it over his head, and pumped it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he just made a heck of a play in. He just made a heck of a play in traffic.
You won't let him celebrate even a little bit. That's exactly the call. Unsportsmanlike against the Lions, but the touchdown will count. They'll assess the penalty on the kickoff, and the extra point will be forthcoming. It's 41-6, but there is a General down in the end zone.
Yep. And let's see who can get to him first. Number 10, 15. I don't know. I can't see.
Now, 0 and 5 don't look much alike.
No, they don't. But I thought it was a 5, and he rolled, and I couldn't really tell. It is number 15.
We can't really tell, but what I can tell you is that the community college system in Alabama is one of the best kept secrets to successful higher education that we have. And Central Alabama Community College is one of the premier community colleges in the state, if not the country. And we have a new huge campus right here in Prattville. Check out Central Alabama Community College right here in Prattville. It's central to your success.
Did you come up with that, or is that their tagline?
That's their tagline, man. Plus, I mean, if they hadn't, somebody would have it. Yeah. So it's so right there in your face.
It is.
Of course, most people don't call it Central Alabama Community College. They call it CAC. CACC, CAC.
All right, that is Joshua Whiting that was shaken up on the play.
We tried to have him shaken up 3 or 4 plays ago, but that was a different kid.
Yep.
But he is
putting no weight on that left leg.
He's in some serious pain. It's because he's coming off. I hope it's nothing serious for Josh. As Montgomery sets to put the extra point through. Rigdon, your holder.
Nope, Porter Sutton.
Is Porter Sutton holding it?
88.
Or is Porter Sutton kicking?
Nope, 88's kicking.
Oh, you can tell because there's a solid foot difference there. Porter Sutton set to kick the extra point as Rigdon holds. Wildman is your snapper. And the snap from Wildman, the hold from Rigdon, and the kick from Sutton, and it's a pretty one. Right through the upright, split the heart, right down Broadway. 11:07 to play in the game. Prattville extends their lead 42-6 over the Lee Generals. We'll break away for 30 seconds, and we'll be right back.
Hey, folks.
You fired up the grill for one hot dog? Seriously?
Hot dogs, better with Pepsi.
Hun, those ribs ready?
No. Ribs, better with Pepsi.
Your Sport Clips MVP of the scoring drive was a dart from Josh Browder, complete to KJ Blue in the end zone, 28 yards in the score. No appointment needed at Sport Clips. Get that MVP treatment and treat yourself at Sport Clips for a target on Legends Parkway. 42-6 your score. Lions on top, 11:07 to play in the ballgame. And now we see Reed Montgomery, definitely Reed Montgomery, set to put toe to leather from our 25 after the unsportsmanlike conduct call in the end zone, which I vehemently disagree with. Montgomery kicks this one away, and it's going to sail to the 20-yard line and be brought out by number 2 for the Generals. That's Dees on the carry. Dees has got room. Dees is running down the field to the 46-yard line, and Dees is finally taken down by number 8, Eric Miner. Boy, when Dees gets loose, it's trouble. Some say you can't stop Dees. You only hope to contain Dees.
All right. Got Jordan Bates checking in. 92 is Golson.
That's Big Golson coming in.
Stephon Golson.
1st and 10 Generals from their own 44-yard line. 10:55 to play in the ball game. Lions on top comfortably, 42-6. Here's McGrew again with the gift to number 22, and he's in the open field. And number 22, Antoine Barnes, is taking it to the house.
He's going to score. Ooh.
Just
Right
that
over.
quick. 42-6 now becomes 42-12. And the reserves faltered right there, Donnie.
Yeah. Somebody got blocked and somebody didn't make a tackle, and it resulted in a very long touchdown.
Antoine Barnes is a sophomore running back listed at 5'8", 202 pounds. And he runs pretty well for 202, 5'8".
He was running quickly. Just got a text from Phil Davis, who's driving back listening to us on I-65.
Good old Phil.
Old Phil says, how about a shout out to the video guys?
They're great. 2-point conversion attempt to Dees is incomplete.
Could have been a flag, but
he wanted Dees in the end zone. He didn't get Dees. And it goes incomplete. So with 9:42 to play, your score, Prattville 42, Lee 12.
Yes.
We'll stay right here. We'll stay right here with you while they reset for the kickoff.
Oh.
And
So, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you got a chance with the weather changing and, trying to update that winter wardrobe, the place you want to update it is at Oswald's.
Yep.
Oswald's, your Southern Lifestyle store in Prattville on Fairview Avenue. All the North Face gear, Southern Marsh gear, all that outdoorsy stuff, the Patagonia stuff, those jackets and fleeces. Man, you can load up at Oswald's.
It is time to go get a new North Face or Patagonia jacket.
I don't know how the people in this country live without one.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that.
I think everybody in the river region has one.
The fluffy, it's not. I can't think of whatever that
Fleece.
Fleece. Thank you.
There you go.
North Face fleece. You can throw on a T-shirt, that jacket. It can be 22 degrees outside, and you're not going to get cold.
You are perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Well, at least your chest and your arm will be, but your legs might get a little cold.
If all you're wearing is those thin jeans, you're going to be cold. Knuckleball kick goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
I'll make them kick it again.
KJ Blue and Zay Parrish were deep to receive.
And we're not going to.
Coach Wallace takes the high road, and they'll take it at the 40-yard line.
Looks like a whole bunch of new ones. I see Rigdon standing in the middle of that crowd.
And Gavin Rigdon is one that we really want to keep an eye on in the next couple of years. Gavin Rigdon is just a sophomore at quarterback, listed at 5'10", 150 pounds. And you talk about students of the game.
Yep.
Rigdon is a student of the game, a hard, hits the film room hard, hits the weight room hard, growing still, and is just very, very smart. High football IQ in Gavin Rigdon.
And it looks like Lee has called a timeout. But
Lee calls a timeout, and a monster bug just flies in the window. And it looked like that moth was the size of a bird. I'm not even kidding you.
It was pretty big.
I'm not even kidding.
But, yeah, Rigdon was one of those kids that as a coach you go, man, I love this kid.
Yeah.
Constantly he asked questions, why. He was more into the concept of why we're doing things and what we're doing. And you could tell he really, really he wanted to understand it. If we do this and that, and I'm like, yeah, but you got to do this. And he goes, oh, okay, I got it now. But yeah, worked hard, and he did a jam up job for us.
He's one of those players that'll make a great coach one day.
Yeah.
The young 15-year-old signal caller Rigdon steps out on the field now.
Has he got back there with him? 22,
That's,
22, 23?
Obanigba back there with him.
Yeah.
He gets the carry.
Can't run sideways, though.
Jordan Obanigba is going to lose a couple yards back to the 34-yard line. Clock just now starting. 9:28 and counting. Lions up 42-12 over the Generals. Rigdon now sets up 2nd down and 10. They give him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. And he gets the call again, does Obenigba, and he has had a hole there for a minute, but was wrestled down quickly. Once again, back just to the line of scrimmage.
Mikael Ingram on the tackle, the senior linebacker from Lee.
Obenigba is a guy that Coach Wallace wants to see mature as well. Sophomore running back, 5'9", 152 pounds. Got some growing to do, but high motor.
He's got to hit that hole quicker.
Yep. 3rd and 11 now for the Lions from our 34. And Brody Bowman started his route before the snap was snapped, before the ball was snapped. That'll be 5 yards.
Brody was running a shallow route.
Yeah.
It looked like Rigdon was going to get to throw that one.
He'll probably get a chance to throw this one, too, on 3rd and 16 as Seegers checks in at the tight end slot.
Going to probably be in there as the sniffer. Give him a little extra blocking.
Yep. 8:33 clock on the move. Rigdon operating from the shotgun. 3 receivers in the set. Obenigba to his left. Obenigba gets the call again, trying to get to the outside. Cuts it back in, and Obenigba's got room across the 40. Obenigba to the 43-yard line, 2 yards shy of the line to make. But you see a little bit of the burst from Brian Obenigba right there.
To say he is an outside runner. He's a jet sweep runner right now. He's probably not ready to go running up in the middle. But we're going to have to punt it away.
And on comes senior punter Turner Walker.
His 2nd punt of the night.
7:53 clock on the move here in the 4th quarter. Lions up 42-12 over the Lee Generals. Snap from Wildman is punted away by Walker, and it takes a nice roll inside the 20-yard line down to the 15, 14 to the 13 before it's finally downed. Eric Miner trying to give it a little blow there, get an extra yard.
Eric and Wildman down there.
So the 13-yard line, the Generals will take over.
I don't know that we'll get all these new defensive guys in.
There's quite a few coming in.
Is that number 50? Curtis Bates.
ID.
Let's pause 10 seconds while they reset for station ID here on the Lions Football Network. Lions Football Network.
WDXX Selma Prattville, home of Larry Puckett Chevrolet. Prattville and Puckett, a winning combination.
1st and 10 Generals from the 13-yard line. Here's a give to Barnes again. This time he is pushed out of bounds along the Prattville boundary.
Flag down.
Flags are down.
Another flag down, an official down on the far side.
Lots of flags down. There's a hat down.
The official he is hurt over there. One of the guys holding the down marker, I believe, he got hit hard.
There was nowhere for him to go. The 3 Lions defenders and the running back Barnes just all met at the chain gang at the marker at the 15-yard line. Let's hope that he is okay, because he was. You're right, Donnie. He's not wearing any pads, and he was really racked.
Yeah, and like you said, he had nowhere to go.
And what's the best protocol in that situation? You just ball up and hope for the best.
Yeah, you try not to fall backwards and hit your head.
And they're really tending to him over there. It might be just a minute here. Mills, why don't we take a 1-minute break and we'll come back. You're listening to Prattville Lions Football.
Hey folks, this is Tammy Burkhalter at Prattville Farm Center, and did you know there's all kind of dogs that we can feed, like sleeping dog, hot dog, creek dog, swimming dog, hunting dog, shaggy dog, lap dog, window dog, riding dog, hiding dogs, puppy dog, standing dog, hat dog, cozy dog, family dog, even a dancing dog, man. So come see us at 1154 South Memorial Drive in Prattville, and we can even feed your kitty cat too.
Chip Powell here with Lewis Mills, service manager of Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. Lewis, talk to us about your Express Oil Change.
Well, our Express Oil Change, we have a full-line mechanical shop. We do 10-minute oil changes, and we are a full-fledged tire shop. We're a direct dealer with Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, and Yokohama.
When you need service, your oil change and tires, come here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tires Engineer.
The folks at Jones Drug are proud to say they're a locally owned and a family-owned pharmacy, and no one cares for you more than your neighbors at Jones Drug. Buying local from Jones Drug means your money stays in your community, making local organizations even stronger.
Hey folks, this is James Jones, owner and pharmacist of Jones Drugs in Prattville, Millbrook, Greenville, Montgomery. Since 1996, the Jones family has been proud to serve the area and has always taken pride in service to our customers. Come let us show you how we can be your health partner and not just a pill store.
For Prattville 42, the Generals of Lee 12, and
the official is up and walked over to the bench under his own power. He's a little wobbly, and Coach Cleveland is they got him over there, and they're checking him out right now. It's a scary situation for that guy.
And in the process, the Lions are penalized for 2 personal fouls on that play, one for a face mask and one for a late hit out of bounds. So that takes us from the 13-yard line to the 43-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, Lee with 6:16 to play. Bryson McGrew, the general signal caller, operates with the shotgun. He's got Barnes to his right, and Barnes gets the carry again. And Barnes hit at the line of scrimmage, and he falls forward after a couple to the 44, 45-yard line. Tice Cotchery assisted on the stop.
Minor and who's that getting up right there? Carmelo. So still got a few starters mixed in. So Sam Scribner,
senior,
checking back in. Number 62, one of our captains tonight.
That's right. 2nd down and 9 for the Generals from just inside, I should say, just inside their 45-yard line. Clock on the move, 5:35 now left in the ball game. And McGrew wants to throw it. He's under some pressure, and he is going down. He is sacked, and the ball comes loose momentarily, but they fall back on it.
And that guy held Tice. The official threw his hat, and I don't know what happened.
But Luke Gordon keyed on the sack right there. But let's see if they're going to try to hang something on us right here. Unsportsmanlike against the Generals. Unsportsmanlike against the Lions. Those penalties will offset. That's some unsportsmanlike right in the middle of a pile. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what. It must have been jawing. I can only guess.
Well, I was watching Tice again. He's getting double teamed, and the guy had him like almost by the throat. That's the only way you're going to get him.
Third down and 14 now for the Generals from their 39-yard line. Generals put 5 receivers in the set here. McGrew rolls to that far side, gives it up to Jackson. Jackson has it complete, but he's going to lose yards. He is belted at the 35-yard line. Cotchery and company again, along with Golson, but he drags him forward, keeps pushing. Had him dead to rights, thought his forward progress was stopped, but he keeps on rolling out to the 47-yard line. Actually picks up about 5 yards after it looked like he was going to lose 5.
Yeah. It was Henry McDaniel on the initial, had him around the waist. Didn't get a whole lot of help to take him down.
You know, I love him when kids like Henry McDaniel get in the ball game and make a meaningful play. This kid's a senior. These kids that are seniors right now that haven't had meaningful playing time in 3 years, but have stayed with the program and done the little things in practice to help make the program better and make these kids succeed. It is so good to see these kids get on the field and see the fruits of all their hard work and effort finally get some payoff in a game.
Got Hudson, Andrew Dacus is in there. See if we can get some more there. 93, 97, 76.
Jahari Scott, the sophomore defensive lineman. Lee calls a timeout momentarily. 4:20 to play in the ball game, and lines up 42-12.
Joshua Williams in there, number 93. And they are. Everybody's getting coached up over there. The D-line's getting coached up. The linebackers are getting coached up. The DBs are getting coached up.
Yeah, and this is a good practice for these guys because the Generals are not putting in their backups.
No.
Their number ones are staying in. Prattville's 2s and 3s in the game right now. And here we go, 4th down and 6 for the Generals. 4th and 6 for the Generals from their 47-yard line. Waiting for the snap is McGrew, sends Sanders in motion. Sanders gets the carry around the right side. He'll have his first down and more across the 45 to the 40-yard line before he's finally wrestled to the ground at the line's 39-yard line.
Looks like did Jeremy Carter in on that stop, number 25.
Clock stops momentarily to reset the chains with 3:29 now. Clock back on the move. 1st and 10 Generals from the Lions' 39-yard line.
59, Jamarcus Leonard. What is that? 31, Callahan Minor in the game.
Freshman Callahan Minor.
Yeah.
McGrew again bumps into Sanders on the end-around give and into some trouble now.
Minor had him for a second.
Minor had him for a second. He gets him in number 46. What was that?
48.
48, Sam
48.
Cook.
Yep.
Cleaning him up with Callahan Minor. And that play loses 4 yards, and now it's 2nd and 14.
You mean sitting on the dock of the bay, Sam Cook?
Same Sam Cook.
Is that him?
No, that's a different.
That's
That's a
Otis,
different
isn't
kid. No.
No.
No, that's definitely Sam Cook out there.
That's what I thought.
Not Otis. Otis Cook. Who's Otis Cook?
My Otis.
You know, 2nd and 13. McGrew screen pass out to number 3. He's got it. No, that's Dees out at the 40-yard line. Dees on the catch, and Dees is down at the 41. Number 17, Carmelo Jones puts Dees to the turf.
Mello and Henry McDaniel out there again. So we're rotating. We're rotating 3 D linemen every play.
Boy, Dees is a tough competitor out there. He is really taking some shots tonight. You give me Dees on any day, and I'll take it. 3rd and 10 from the 39 for the Generals. McGrew wants to throw it, nowhere to go. He steps out of, tries to run with it along the boundary, and pushed out of bounds by number 35, Gavin Underwood. Gavin Underwood puts him down along the lead boundary at the 32-yard line, but clock will stop momentarily as they reset the chains once again with 1:42 to play. Lions are going to get out of here with a solid win over the Lee Generals, 42-12 currently. May not stay that way, but it was a resounding victory for the Lions tonight, and it sets up a very important game coming up next Friday in the Jungle.
Yep, that'll be a big one.
As Auburn, number 1 ranked undefeated Auburn, comes to town. We'll talk about that here in a moment. As McGrew wants to throw into the end zone, got a man down there, and Sanders, does he make the catch?
No.
He cannot hold on to it at the corner of the end zone. Cowling on the stop. Is that Cowling out there in the corner?
Number 30.
30, not 3. Alfonso Moncrief. Alfonso Moncrief denies the touchdown in the near pylon. And it's now 2nd and 10 with 1:34 to play.
And more new DBs checking in the game. Oh, Thomas, number 4.
Joris Thomas.
Yep.
He was injured earlier this year. He's been a starter.
Chris Clary, number 26, out there at corner.
1:34 to play. Here is McGrew again. He's just going to carry it up the middle. And Golson wrestles him down. Ball comes loose.
Ball comes loose. Does Prattville have it?
No signal from the call. I believe the Generals recover the fumble. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Generals.
Curtis Bates had a hand on it. He just couldn't quite pull it in.
3rd and 10 Generals from the 27 as we go under a minute to play in the ball game.
Another freshman out there, number 72, Vodney Cleveland.
Good old Vodney.
Lining up at the nose.
That's a big freshman, Donnie. You know about him.
Vodney was my left tackle last year.
Vodney Cleveland, 6'2", 268 freshman.
We ran behind him quite a bit.
Yes. I mean, why not? McGrew drops back to pass. Looking across the middle. This one's complete to number 17, and he's got room at the 15. And he's finally wrestled down. Joris Thomas takes him down at the 13-yard line along the Prattville boundary, but it'll be a first down for the Generals. They're trying to put one more on the board here with 37 seconds left to play.
You had Vodney and Callahan out there, and this time last year on Thursday night, they were playing for me.
Yep.
And now they're up here playing against the Lee Generals on the Thursday night.
That's how quick they grow up, isn't it?
Yeah, they grow up quick.
And here's McGrew, maybe one more time. Lines up the pass and throws it out in the flats, incomplete. Incomplete as it goes. He was looking for his man number 9, Johnny Darby.
Tyrell, yep. Tyrell and Henry McDaniel out there again, along with, who's my corner over there? That's Tyrell. Who was the safety then? 35.
Clock stops with 19 seconds to play.
Gavin Underwood.
Good old Gavin. Love to see Gavin in the game. 2nd and 10 for the Generals at the Lions' 13-yard line.
A lot of sophomores on the field. Will Daniels, 54.
McGrew wants to throw, throws across the middle, and this ball is incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Nearly an interception, but it goes incomplete.
That would have just made somebody's day.
Yep. Clock stops with 14 seconds to play. 3rd down and 10 now for the Generals.
Yeah, Prattville with I think 11 sophomores on the field right now.
How about that?
Yep.
And not a bad-looking group of sophomores out there either, if I do
not.
say so. They're only going to get better, Donnie.
They are.
3rd and 10 now for the Generals from our 13-yard line with 14 seconds to play. McGrew from the shotgun. Has it, drops back to pass, now throws into the end zone again. This one's going to go incomplete.
Referee caught it.
A nice catch by the ref, but hey, give that DB a credit over there. He stiffed him at the line of scrimmage.
He did, shut him down.
Yep.
That is 25 to Jeremy Carter.
To Jeremy Carter with a route-stopping hit at the line of scrimmage.
Checking back in to Jeremy, a senior. Minor and Cleveland putting pressure on him that time.
8 seconds left to play in the ball game. 4th and 10 for the Generals. This will be their last gasp here. Maybe one more in the tank if they don't put it in here. But on 4th and 10, this young defense can get off the field as McGrew wants to throw. Steps up out of pressure. Now he's going to try to run with it, and he's going to find his way into the end zone for the score with 1 second. No time left on the clock.
No time left.
That'll take it to 42 to 18 as time expires. And no need to run a two-point conversion play here. Your final score, Prattville High School 42, the Lee Generals 18. Big win in Crampton Bowl tonight for the Prattville High School Lions. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll come back and wrap this up. Lions victorious on a Thursday night in Crampton Bowl. We'll be right back.
It's a long pass down the amazing aisles at Prattville Pickers. It's a great catch on thousands of incredible treasures. It's the biggest lineup of rustic wood furniture at the Depot Furniture Gallery. It's the national championship.